Hey, beautiful people. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing? Hey, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please give it a thumbs up. Give us a like as you're coming in. Yeah. Goodness, Shagun. Thank you for reminding people. Please subscribe if you have not yet done so. If you are watching from TV, a lot of people are watching, they are not subscribing. Please give us the gift of your subscription, thumbs up as you're coming in as well, and please put your notification on whenever we drop the video or we do a live show. You can get notified by YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to all my returning subscribers. You really enjoy these shows, eh? Yeah, to enter into the chat, you need to subscribe. Yeah, but a lot of people are not, they don't comment. It's not everybody that comments. And highest, like, we have 1,000 people. Most people don't comment, they just watch and go. That's why when you send me an email and you say, I'm a quiet follower, I'm wondering, are you really subscribed? If you are that quiet, do you really subscribe? But now you have an issue, you want to email me. Our people, now wow, it is well with us. Welcome, everybody. All the quiet subscribers, or all the quiet people that don't say anything, you don't comment, you don't engage with me, you don't subscribe, please don't email me. Don't send me any message. Don't ask for anything. I beg. Quiet people that don't engage. No need for you to email me and ask for any kind of anything at all. I won't even respond. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. There's nobody that has seen any of our shows that will stay here to talk hours. I will say you've not learned one thing. I don't have all the wisdom. But because our shows are interactive, we always get people where they come, that will share more wisdom, even more than I have. It's engaging. People will talk, we'll have discussions, really brilliant conversation. Then you come and say, I'm a quiet follower. I've been watching your show forever. I'm a quiet. Are you subscribed? No. So now so it go be now. I get to harden my heart now because it get as it be. Quiet, very quiet. If me self quiet, we no go there here. We won't have all these conversations that we're having here. Do you know how many people will say, oh, I learned this, I learned this. A gentleman sent me a message a few days ago. He said, I sent my link to your sisters in Nigeria. They are learning so much. Gradually, their mindset is changing. To change attitude and mindset, it's not money, oh. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. So some people complain that the shows are too long. Some people will tell you that when they are doing their shift, it's these long shows that keep them, that help them through it. You can't please everybody. So we just wing it as we see it. So today we are here to talk about this man. His name is Charles Chukwuma. Charles Chukwuma. I'm not sure I can pronounce his surname. I'm going to try. Charles Chukwuma. Omwen Omwem Omwemeli. Okay, let me just forget his surname so I don't pronounce it wrongly. It's not an easy one to pronounce, but his first name is Charles and his middle name is Chukwuma. And the story was on Instablog and all the Nigerian blogs a couple of days ago. That this man left Nigeria to go. I mean, I think the matter tire. I just sit down and begin to think. Thank you, goodness Shagun. I appreciate that. What are you saying? Thank you, Atimbi, so much. You're really trying. Me, I've learned a lot. Okay. Get people to subscribe then. Goodness Shagun. That's how you show your appreciation. It's not telling me thank you here. How many people have you gotten to subscribe? How many people do you share it to? All those groups that you belong to, are you sharing it? Facebook, WhatsApp group, are you sharing it? That's how the appreciation I want it to reflect in the sharing and the subscription as well. Thank you. So I was thinking about this thing yesterday, and I said, those of us that live in the diaspora, yeah, that's the surname. Ifunanya, that's the surname. I can't pronounce it. I try, work, but it doesn't matter. That's his father's name. His first name is Charles. Yeah, that's his surname. Onwu Emeli. Some people, their prayer points, your life, your current life that you have now, is their prayer points. That is their prayer points. Some people, their only prayer points in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa is for them to get visa and be able to leave Nigeria. That is their prayer point. I'm telling you. Sometimes we take the life that we have for granted. We complain, we moan, bills, we are working too hard, we don't have a rest. Hmm? Yeah, share on Facebook, NECA. Share everywhere. Yeah, that's the important thing to share. If you don't share, you can't get people to subscribe. You already subscribed, so without sharing, you can't get other people. You can't subscribe twice. So that is it. Welcome, everybody. I see you now. Right. So some people now just to get visa. So I can't dey think and say, how person go come get visa? Come off for Nigeria. Come to the United States of America. This United States of America, when people like BOT, they brag, they pride. They are using it to pride in. Hey, yeah. Please give us a like as you are coming in. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. People like BO will tell you the United States of America is so proud of that country because the country has been good to him. So he's a proud, American, Nigerian American. I mean, how do they call Nigerians who become American citizens? How they say they call you now? So I come the one that say, how can somebody you leave Niger, enter into flight, maybe one or two flights, sef, you go change. If you no see direct one, come reach America, come settle down for America, you can't say na thief. Now you want to the thief. I don't understand it. I'm trying to get my head around it because there was a wedding video I wanted to show to you. Guess what? And sometimes it's just good to follow your spirit. When the spirit of God is talking to you, sometimes you just follow. I wanted to download it about 3 days ago. I planned this show since a few days ago. I wanted to download it. Then I got distracted. I said I'll do it later. As I go check now, they've taken the video down. His wedding was on YouTube. He had a societal wedding. I think somebody who knows him is watching this show because yesterday we said we were going to do the show today, and by today the video was gone. When I checked now, I wanted to share it to show you the kind of wedding that he did. He did a societal wedding. Even the what do they call this? When you put your wedding notes. How do they call it? What's the name for that thing? How we met, something like that. This one that says Stephanie and Charles. The website they've taken the page down as well when I checked, but this one I already screenshot it. I should have screenshot everything. Right? They've taken this one down and they've taken two of the wedding videos that were on YouTube. They are no longer there. Yesterday we said it Naneka say society wedding with tiff money, and I already scheduled this thing. I think that people know him they are trying to clean house. Everybody they clean house. No blueprint, they clean everywhere so that go see him. Or maybe they don't want me to use her against them for in trial. Because the talk say this man says 29 years old, this Charles. So they give her name. Be like as they give a Nini name. How many of you know of a Nini? Those days when we were growing up, when secondary school we heard about Nini, a very notorious robber like that in those days. That will go and carry money and then he will be sharing it and be distributing it. He was doing like Robin Hood. I think he was trying to do like Robin Hood, but it didn't quite work out well for him. Ife Hassan say if he was a thief in Nigeria, then his morals will not change once he gets to the US. Hmm. Who he is, regardless of geography. Really? I thought it's because of lack, or maybe there is no suitable employment. Do people choose this kind of lifestyle by choice? They just choose it that, okay, I'm going to be a thief. Wow. It's really, really, it's mind boggling, to be honest, if you think about it. You leave Nigeria to go to America and you become a nini for America. Anyway, according to the story, I don't have the wedding video, unfortunately, to show you guys anymore. But it's one of this, all this societal wedding when they do for YouTube. So where they will show all the bride. I saw the bridesmaid, the wife, everybody. I don't know if the wife is she's African or African American. I don't know where she comes from. But it was a big wedding. They were dressing up. There was a lot of photography, videography, everything. It was grand. It was grand. He was born in America. Amoyem, he was born in America. So his parents gave birth to him in America. Ah, Lori Buruku Banu, Jesus Christi. So he even have more potentials and more opportunities than even those of us that Africans that migrate. So he was born as a US citizen. Chineke na God. Wow. Anyway, they said that according to the Los Angeles Police Department, they said that this Charles, that they arrested him on Saturday. 1.4 million bail. Now they give him. That means say he no go come out for this one. 1.4 million. Now, so is it usual for the bail to be this high in America? 1.4 million bail. They say now 68 times now he don't thief. 68 times now he don't thief and a robbery. 68. Ah, I can't get my head around it. I'm trying to think, okay, even if maybe whatever, I don't know how you can even explain it, how you can justify it. In America, I don't understand what is going on here. Maybe there's more to it. And that's him there. They say he normally uses a blue cloth to cover the thing when in the hole for hand. This place where he enters will be like shop. It be like shop. And they say the places where they go, gas station, 7-Elevens, Walmart, and he will conceal himself by wearing different hats, face masks, rubber gloves, and things like that. But you don't forget, say, not be Niger, now America. No, this is America that, yeah, is America. So sooner or later, I mean, for anybody that has chosen crime as a career path, no matter how you get away with it, sooner or later you will be caught. Even in Nigeria, even in Africa. Because I feel like they will keep doing it until you eventually catch them. It's the same thing with Yahoo Yahoo. All these boys that do Yahoo Yahoo and girls too. Or the ones where they carry powder. Until they catch them, they no go rest. They go continue because easy come, easy go. Right? When you get quick money, you can blow it without thinking too hard about it because now easy money now. Okay, he and his wife are Nigerian descent, but they were both born and raised in America. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Another question I was asking is that did she know? Did she know about his lifestyle, or was this a surprise to her? Because I want to understand that he's not doing this during the day. I might be wrong. It might be during the day, Sha. But did she know, or was this a surprise? Because the irony of the whole situation is that according to that, the wedding thing that they posted, the one I showed you a minute ago, they've deleted it now. This is it. He had a write up there. I didn't screenshot it out. I read it to you. I read it briefly. They met in church. That's what I remember that I read that she met him in church. So that means Charles was going to church during the day and going to go and rob at night. Is that it? Or I don't understand. They met in church. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this story, because from time to time, we find people who come here to share stories about, where they meet the men that they marry and they thought they are going to be good people because they met them in church. Yes. Oh my, yeah, man, you know a lot about him. Yeah. Yeah, he's a counselor, director of nursing. Yeah. Somebody showed me their LinkedIn pages. So if they had good jobs like that, close the door. They had good jobs like that. Look at that. That's their pages. This is their pages. Director of nursing. And he was working as a counselor. So what would have, I mean, that means they were pulling in very good income. I want to believe, right? Is that your America that you guys earn really big money now? People will be earning 150K. People will earn 180K a year. The kind of money that you people earn over there, some of you, we only dream of that kind of money here. So I'm wondering, did she know? Did Stephanie know? Or is this like a surprise to her? Like it is a shock and surprise that she just woke up one day when they came to arrest her husband to find out? Or is it that because they met in church, she thought maybe he has a day job? It's not like he wasn't working. Why? The only answer me I can think of this is greed. That's it. Is greed. Cynthia said the partners always know the fact that they are spending the proceeds. They are complicit in the crime as well. Yeah. Waste of citizenship, Abi. Kumbi says waste of citizenship. Oh my God, complete waste. When people are looking for visa, American visa here now in Nigeria, for you to even see, interview is in 2 years. You have to wait for 2 years before they can even grant you an interview. And some people have it handed over to them in a platter of gold, whereby your parents gave birth to you in God's own country. Isn't that what you guys call it? God's own country. You were born in the United States of America. I like the way Bio calls it. United States of America. With so much pride. I've never seen a foreigner that is so proud of another country like that. Anyway, they said that the vehicle that he was using, he used the vehicle twice. Hmm? So they were able to gather some information and linked it to some of those things that he's done based on several factors. So I think they were waiting for him on Friday, September 23rd. The detectives formulated a plan, initiated surveillance, and ultimately they served a search and arrest warrant. So they arrested him at home after they linked the evidence of one of those robberies. And they also recovered in the scene some things. 16 counts of robbery against him. 16 counts and a bail of 1.4, beg your pardon, 1.4 million pound and dollars. 1.4 million dollars bail condition. Los Angeles. So, did she know? Or was this another case of somebody that fell into, met a boy in church, thought maybe this is a Christian man, fell in love and whatever, got married? Or did she know? And what will push somebody to choose this path? When you live in a country that potentially has the biggest or the best opportunities that people only dream of in some part of the world. Do you know the funny thing is that in Nigeria, some people, the only thing they're praying for is to even get a job. Is to get a job, just to get a job, ordinary job, just to get. Not that people don't want to work, but they can't find a job. You see graduates with second class upper degrees, master's degrees, PhD, 10 years, no jobs. All their prayer point is, God, please let me just find a job. Let me just, do you know how dehumanizing and depressing it is for you to struggle, not in Obodoyibo, in Africa, to go to college, go to university. You come out and there is no job. Hmm. And then you are in a country where everything, the opportunities are there. You were even born there, so you had everything. If you are hardworking, you educated yourself. And I think he went to college. I saw there in his LinkedIn that he went to college. It says here that I was reading it earlier on. He did go to college, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. University, yeah. There's a university there, California State University. That's where he went. Ah, God, oh, I beg, help us. Help us, Lord. Help us with these children. Má jẹ́ ká bí àwọn ọmọ olórí burúkú. Children that will bring shame to the family, Father. Because I don't just understand it. I can't get my head around why. I keep asking myself why. You have a job. Your wife is a director of nursing. That will not be small money, or is that a small job? I don't know what director of nursing means. But I'm assuming that is a good job. That will be pulling in a lot of, good figure, a good salary. Oh, Zumbi is saying sometimes the LinkedIn profiles are cover up, so he might not have a job. Is that what you are saying? Are you saying that the profile might just be fake? Well, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Hmm? Okay, Temiti is saying it's not. Okay, I'm right. There's a really good job, right? Director of nursing is Ogbonge money in Yankee. Aha. Thank you for clarifying. I don't live in that country, so generally I know nursing. That's why a lot of our people that go over there go and read nursing, because there's opportunities there. There are always jobs, and they pay really good money compared to other areas like retail, nursing, and IT. Hmm? There's money in those fields. That's why a lot of people go into it now. Project management, nursing, and medicine generally. If you're a doctor, nursing, all those areas. Hmm? So if he's pulling in, like someone is saying now, that his line of work, he might be making up to between 30 to 40K a year. I don't know if that's plenty money in America, but with his wife's salary, if the wife is making like maybe 80 or 100K, so they have over 100,000. They have, over 100K in the household. You can afford to live on that, even if they have children. I don't think they have children. I think the marriage is still recent, from what I saw. I don't think it's a long time ago they got married. I don't know if they have kids yet. So why would he choose to do this? To disgrace his family, disgrace his generation, disgrace Nigeria. Even though they say he was born in over there. But now, if they want to put it out there now, the newspaper will not say he's an American because he was born in America. They will call him a Nigerian because that's his background. It's only when they do something good that they claim that they claim the country will claim them. But once it's something that is shameful, that has any kind of criminality involved, they will reject you and push you back to where you come from. It's then you're a foreigner. Hmm? Director of nursing in New York and in California is different. In New York, you must have a master's degree to be a director in a teaching hospital. Okay, maybe she has a master's degree. It's possible. Hmm? It's possible. I mean, Adaigo says, Sis B, director of nursing job in UK is over 80K, talk less of America. Abi? Even UK where they're not to they pay nursing safe. They're not to they pay nurses here like over there in America. But if they are still making 80K here, that's decent money. Junior GP self don't earn more than, I don't think they earn more than 80K. So 80K is really, really decent salary, even here, if it's 80,000 pounds. That's a lot of money here. How many people they earn that? The average salary in the UK is 26,000 pounds a year. That's the average salary. So if you earn more than that, consider yourself a high earner. Okay? Most people don't earn up to that. Okay, so the salary is not the bone of contention. Let's not get distracted about, you know, we're just trying to discuss that angle so that we can establish that it wasn't like the couple were deprived, or they didn't have jobs, or they didn't have good income. Mm? So they were doing well. What led to this? Why would Charles choose this path? And he was not just doing it, that he did it once, twice, and left it. He kept on going and going and going until they finally caught him. I'm sure if he stopped at 10, 15, or even 20, maybe they would not have caught him. I'm not saying that, definitely, if you do the crime, you should do the time. So catching him is not even the thing. But I'm just trying to reason it in my mind, why would he carry on like that until finally when he was caught? Why? Is it that people who do this criminality, people who engage themselves in all these things, do they think that they are invisible? Hmm? 68. 68 times now you go thief. He carry something, no, not be say no something, no. They send a blue thing, they cannot fit mention am for here. 68 times he went before they finally caught him. In fact, I don't know what to talk. So I want to talk briefly. I'm sharing my link in the comment section. I'm trying. I want us to have a conversation, because when there is, you lack contentment. mm, you lack contentment. Then no matter what you have, it will never be enough for you. If you have this 4-bedroom house, you'll be looking for 6 bedroom. If you have 6 bedroom, you'll be looking for 10 bedrooms. If you have 10 bedroom, you'll be looking for an estate. If you have this car, you'll be looking for a bigger car. You'll be looking for a fleet of cars. So wahala lo ba de, eventually wahala. 68. 68. No, I don't think it's a karma. No, I don't think so. Because that one, if you're talking about kleptomania, those are people that just take something that is not even useful. This one seems like a calculated, planned something. He planned it. It's for financial gain. He was getting money from it. Imagine going to places like Walmart, eh? Going to places like a gas station. So it was definitely for material gain. What I don't understand is why he chose this path. They even gave him a chief title in Nigeria. He's a chief in Nigeria. He has a chief title in Nigeria. Can you believe that? I don't know who gave him chief title. Whether it's Nigeria they gave him, or it's in the US there they gave him the chief. But they say he has a chief title. You know, say as a chief title, they work out for grants. So, hmm? Do they give chief title in the abroad, or you have to go to Nigeria to go and collect it? So people were making comments and saying, "Robber in the US and chief in Nigeria." Oh my God! It's good for us to have contentment, oh my people. Whatever you have, just pray that God blesses your handwork. If we are talking about corruption in Nigeria, politician where they disgrace us up and down, eh? All these ones too, they disgrace us now. Because now, saying bad things are being trending. Picture don't full everywhere. E don't there everywhere. They don't fit mention, I mean, they don't mention Nigeria. They must call Nigeria as they call her now. Now be the thing. So all these people, they give Nigeria bad name outside Nigeria, especially for those of us in the diaspora. So I think as we they call out corrupt politicians for Nigeria, we also need to they call them out too. Because they spoil our image. Not be all of us the thief. But the average Nigeria in the diaspora, unfortunately, we they work around with that stigma for what we not do. Not be so, Bill.
Absolutely.
We they
This,
work around now.
this
Anywhere
one
you
now,
go. They
now,
will come
Mila,
and say, where are you from originally? When they ask you where are you from originally, they know where they're already getting to. They
this,
already
this,
know.
this one now, Mila, they are.
Mm-hmm. Where are you from originally? Chief thief, not chief thief.
Make I answer you, Auntie B. Sorry,
uh,
oh.
uh-huh.
This one, so because I just joined when they talk about work. Where you say they work?
They say na counselor for all these people where they use substance. It's a
Maybe job.
counselor. And I been job. Yeah, that's so it dey for in LinkedIn. Oh. See in LinkedIn, I dey here now. I screenshot
Forget
and
LinkedIn now. Now LinkedIn, you take. Wait, I know that LinkedIn will give you background information, but LinkedIn is not 100% guarantee that that is what the person is actually doing.
okay.
Yes.
But this in
So,
wife phone, I know it shows this in wife phone, it look authentic. Oh.
Auntie B, let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you something. I'm
Mm.
not disputing it, but I like
Mm-hmm.
us to go with what is provable, what facts. Do you
How are we gonna
understand?
prove it? How
Yeah,
can we establish it?
that's why I'm saying that since LinkedIn cannot establish that what is written there is 100% correct, if that makes
Mm.
sense. Do you
Yeah.
understand? You
Mm.
know? So what I'm saying is that anything that cannot be 100% established, we
People
cannot.
know him. We have people
Eh?
in California here, so
No, I'm
all
not
of them
arguing.
may know him. Mm.
See, Auntie B, what I'm saying is I'm not saying that that is not what he's doing or that is what he's doing, but I was
Yeah.
trying to confirm first. Another
Okay.
thing you should know is that sometimes you forget, especially people that have things like director, big titles on personal jobs, like maybe I'm a consultant in this and that, but I'm not linked to a particular company where I'm working, right? So that sometimes the job could be a high paying job, but are you employed by a company or are you
Or
just
are you
doing that
currently working?
currently working
Mm.
or you're just doing that by the side or something like that, if you understand what I'm trying to say, you know.
Okay.
That's my
Mm-hmm.
point. It's like, for instance, if somebody say I am a business consultant with Microsoft. So you see it
Somebody
on his.
said they know their mom very well. Oliver Green said, I know his mom very
we,
well. Oh
we are not
my God.
arguing. Like I
How
said
is she
again,
feeling about this whole thing now? Did she know what her son was doing? Miss Green. Hey, Jineke.
so that's why the reason why I asked this thing is this. Let me just go straight to my point. The reason why I asked all these questions is not a justification, but I wanted to establish something because
Mm.
what I'm looking at is this. When I first saw this title, I didn't even take time to go look at the news to read more. But
Mm.
when I saw the picture with him wearing tools, that tools were also and all
Uh,
that, and
uh,
from what you said now petty thief they do. Do you
uh,
understand?
uh,
So what am I trying to say here? Because somebody like that, where they do petty thief, you
mm,
know, it not be say they catch them now, say, okay, you join people will go attack West Fargo, or they go do one big level. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? You know,
mm,
petty thieves like that. Yes, of course, you make money, but petty thieves like that are usually people that does not really have current cash flow. You understand?
mm,
You
mm.
know,
Oliver
because
Green, please use the link and join us so that you tell us a little bit more. Of course, he won't live at home. He's a big boy, 29 years old. He's married, so he shouldn't be living at home. Carry on, Bill. Sorry.
no, yeah, it's a discovery. Oh, yeah.
But
So
why? Is it that there are no jobs in America?
no,
Why?
nobody. No, my point here is that his art is condemnable 1 million times. Nobody
Mm,
is arguing that one, right? But I just want us to not to even position this as maybe somebody who is even doing well outside the criminal activity.
mm.
I don't know if I'm making sense here. Like,
Yeah, okay. You are saying that it's not likely he's doing well.
well, do you
Okay, that's the
understand?
point you are
That's
making.
my
Yeah.
point I'm trying to
Yes, yes.
establish.
So person when they do well, no go dey do all those small, small job when they do
Oh,
so.
uh, you understand? It's not, at least even if they don't, more no say yes, it has been proven. Say this person yes. Do you understand?
Another
Because
thing when me consider for the matter be
mm,
say, well, let's say when I can't say, okay, as we come to talk about LinkedIn now, it can't make me the think say maybe I don't know how far that is true. People where they use the stuff too, when they use that stuff too, they like to do all these criminal things to get money for the thing where they take. You understand?
mm,
Anybody where they on the substance too, they like
mm,
to do all those things. So that's another possibility. But you know what? Be hold on. Olivia don't join us. Look, we hear from Olivia. What is she
okay.
want to talk? Hi, Olivia.
Oh, hi, Auntie B.
Welcome.
This is beyond devastating to me.
Right.
It's so sad. I can't even believe this. I was supposed to attend this wedding. I had
Really?
my Shoaib. I know the family so well.
Wow.
I know his mom is such a lovely woman.
Was it
His
born in the
brother was,
US?
yes, I know her. I'm not, I literally know everything about them. I just had to call my husband. This is unbelievable. I'm shaking.
Did you just hear about it now?
I just heard. I
Oh,
saw
it's been in the
the
news for
picture.
days.
Let me tell you, Auntie B, I saw the picture. I thought, it was just like an avatar. I said, this is Mrs. Onwemelie's son, but I could, how you can, I did, how sometimes like, you might use like some other picture to, I guess, reference who you're talking about. I just didn't make the
Yes.
connection. But I
No,
was
no, no,
there.
no. This has been on the
It's
news for days
him,
now.
Auntie B. Let me tell you, just to give you a little synopsis, his younger brother, was deleted 5 years ago. So, the chatter in our community, because if I say there's something I will say now, they probably know who I am, but at this point, it really doesn't even matter.
It doesn't
It
matter. What
doesn't
happened
matter.
to
All
this
that is
younger
vanity, it doesn't
brother?
matter. So his younger brother, I live so close to them. I mean, I can't, I'm speechless.
Yeah, I can see that
So
you're really emotional.
it's so sad. Okay,
Aw.
the family, they're responsible people. So,
Yeah.
it's himself and his younger brother who was deleted. So the word on the street, what everyone was saying, the chatter was like, he was like, in a gang. Because, they live in a part of LA that, there's a lot of like gang activity. So
Mm.
the boy was actually deleted in a drive-by.
Oh
I
my
actually
God.
spoke to his mom. I actually know where she works, where she retired from. So this was around the wedding. So she was saying, that's what's going on. We hadn't quite heard from her. She said, yeah, that she, had been ill. She had a knee replacement and that she's retired. So I was asking, I said, why did you retire? But I didn't really want to ask too much because I was trying to put two and two together. I figured, it's probably because of her son. Because it used to be
Mm.
reverberated here. The boy was
Mm.
involved. And TB, I'm trying to like, put two and two together. I think he was
Mm.
probably involved with his brother in this activity.
Mm-hmm.
Because how could your
Mm-hmm.
only brother be deleted,
Mm.
for crime or whatever it was? So apparently, as they were, I think they were doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because people were saying, well, bad company and all that. And I was talking to my husband. My husband said, no, that even, that this, as Bio said, drive-bys. It's what like riffraffs now in America, in this our Los Angeles area do.
Mm. Mm.
It's not like it was like a white collar crime or anything. This
Is the
is
wife a nurse? Because
she
somebody NECA
is.
has
She
checked
is.
now. He
She
said that
is.
her name is not on the list of the of the facility where she put on LinkedIn that she works. Is she actually a nurse?
She is a nurse. She is a
Okay.
nurse. She's a young
Okay.
girl. And they're
Yeah.
staunch Catholics. So I know they met, I'm not a Catholic, but I know they met, in the Catholic church. This boy's mom is as lovely as they come and to be.
Mm.
Older lady that everybody likes. You have a
Hmm.
conversation with her, she has nothing bad to say about anyone.
Yeah.
Respects herself.
Oh God.
She's a
So
prominent
what?
member of our state's,
So
meeting.
how many children does she have?
Two,
Oh
Auntie
my
B is the only
God.
child. Well, the brother is
Jeez.
late.
And this one is going to jail now for God. Oh my
Auntie
goodness.
B,
Oh,
I
that
mean, I
woman's
don't
life
know, but
is
this
over.
one is juju. Oh.
Ah,
Mm-mm. Auntie
Jesus.
B, this has to be juju. I'm
This
telling
Sorry,
is
you.
somebody
too
was
much.
sending me vital information now that the person on a different platform now. Sorry to
Mm,
interrupt.
yeah.
Somebody was saying that there are three brothers, three kids.
No, they're two
Okay,
boys. I know them.
okay. So
He said
that
he lives close to them. This is someone
I
that
know
knows
them.
them.
You know how sometimes like the three brother, maybe it's a cousin, they're calling a
Maybe
brother.
somebody that
one,
lives with them.
the one that
Mm.
died, his name is Andrew.
Ifeanyi, I think.
Okay,
Ifeanyi.
yeah, okay.
He
Go
was
ahead.
19, and he looked
Mm.
up to his brother. Auntie
Mhm.
B, this our Nigeria, I don't know, Africa. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not trying to exonerate him of any evil, but his parents are comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
His
Mm-hmm.
parents are very comfortable. They live in I mean, the neighborhood is neither here nor there, but it's a decent house. His parents are comfortable.
Was the
He
mother a
has
nurse before she
no,
retired?
no. She worked at a school district.
Mm.
No, it's
Hey,
not money. Money is not the
two
problem.
children,
Is
one
this one is
deleted
juju?
and one now caught for. In 1 point, you know how much they said they're going to set his bail on?
And to be,
1.6
it's a wrap.
million.
It's a wrap for him. I don't know unless
And these your American people that can hand sentences down like there's no
ahead
tomorrow.
now.
The mom
They will
was a
give somebody
teacher. The
double
mom, the
life,
mom
life.
was
They'll
a
give you
teacher.
2 life sentences.
Bio, she's not. She worked at a. She was. Hey, I'm giving all the information out.
It's
To
okay.
God.
We don't even need that. I feel
She
so
worked
bad
at a
for her
school
as a mother
district, but not
myself.
in the
My heart just goes
capacity
out
of.
to her.
Yeah,
Honestly,
she
I
was
don't
in the
even know how she's
academics.
going
Yeah,
to take this. This is too much for one woman. Knowing that you came all the way from Nigeria to escape this same lifestyle so that you can
Yes.
give your family a better life. And then this is what happens to you in America. Oh my
The boy
God.
just had a wedding here now. Of those of us are in Los Angeles. Just where was the hall here in Gardena?
We saw it. It
Yeah.
was on YouTube. I wanted to
Uh-huh.
play it. It was a
I was
big
gonna go to the
wedding.
wedding. I said, please, I'm too tired. I'm not particularly a late night person. I just said, you know what? My husband was saying, go now. Hey, go and meet. The mom's
Oh
name is
God, please
Christy.
protect our children.
Mm.
No, this is too much for this woman
Yes,
to
Auntie B,
bear.
we need to pray.
What
To you
about
people,
his father? Does he have a
his father is, I think he's retired. He's on, they're an older couple.
hey?
They're an older
Gee,
couple. The mom retired too.
hmm,
I think it's because of her son, because she wasn't quite due for retirement. I even know
yeah,
where she was even
yeah.
going. Oh, Lord have mercy. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not trying to exonerate, him of absolving him of, any responsibility. But Auntie B, is this one not juju though?
It's not juju,
no,
my sister.
no. What
It's
she
not
mean be say now
juju.
this kind of they see us say no be
Not be
juju be
juju.
that. Even though
No
say no
be
be
juju be
juju,
that,
I
Bio.
don't even know. I
No be
know, my
juju.
dears. Only
Auntie
God
B,
I
wicked
got
people in
you.
the village,
In
oh.
fact, as you just talk, say the minute you said that the woman only has two children, one of them already gone, and this one again, my heart
Yeah,
just broke for her. As a
And
yeah.
mother, I can't imagine the
Auntie
pain.
B, the title is not a chieftaincy in Onitsha. Those of us, those from Onitsha in the house, is also title.
They gave who?
Usually they want to give it to the first son. Onitsha people, I'm not from Onitsha, but I don't really
They
think
gave
they
it
give
to
out.
this Charles. He has also title.
First son now. They're very traditional. They're,
Okay.
into the culture.
So
So
he's
as a
really
first,
he's really a chief then. He's a proper chief.
also, will I call it, I don't know, it's a title. I mean, you're like a grown man, recognized as a man, you've come of age. It's a big ceremony, but it's not like, chieftaincy as we know it. I don't know how to
Mm.
explain it. You really,
Don't they
this is
have to bring money for all this so-called chieftaincy title?
I
I mean,
don't
is
know,
it pressure?
vanity.
What do you think would have left to this lifestyle when there are so many opportunities in the US for people to
Bad
have?
company. I say, if
Not
this one, if it
true.
was Odu he was doing, is it not better than this one, than drive by? Who does that?
No one is.
I know now, but at least now, white collar crime. Hey God.
No one is good, but this one is this one
Drive
is
by
shameful. Hmm.
with his what do I guess we have to be careful with our verbiage. His
Yes. We can't mention
Auntie
those
B, this
things.
is
Yeah.
sad. It's over for the parents. It's a
Hey,
wrap. This is how their journey
people
in
should
America has
please
ended.
hold that woman. No. Hold her
Eh,
properly. Oh. Hold out. You know,
How will
we
I even
women,
call
our
her? I'm looking
children,
at her
they are
number
our
here,
half.
Auntie B. I have her number. How I can't even call her. What will I tell her?
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'll talk to the
Sure.
other ladies I know. They'll see what we'll do.
You say you guys have a community over there.
Yes, yes.
This is the
We
time for
have a
you guys to
serious
be there for that
community.
woman. No, otherwise,
I'm looking at
she
my
will not be able to
WhatsApp.
come out of the depression. It will be too much for her. This
Even
one
the
is
wedding, she
broken
wasn't
heart
even happy.
syndrome. Mm,
Mm. The wedding, she was just there, hanging in there, you know. But I mean, she's kind of a quiet woman, you know. But looking at her,
mm,
then she's changed since this is her younger son's demise. And then this
yeah.
one, oh God.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay, let me let other people
Thank
know.
you too much. Thank you for updating us.
Yeah.
Please, you people should not leave that woman alone. No, I
Eh,
know you are very
Mm.
busy over there. Try and reach.
no, we
You
have to.
see,
Auntie
this is
B,
the
this
time
lady.
to really, really
Yeah,
embrace her. And please,
yeah,
Yes.
push
yeah.
her. Don't
But
leave
I have
her.
a question for you before you leave,
Auntie
because
B, this lady is lovely. Auntie B.
can she
Hey.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
oh,
hearing
Dio,
you.
yes, go ahead.
Yes, yes. The question I want to ask is just to seek your opinion, because
Yes.
from the information I'm getting now, I looked at the both parents' link page,
Mm-hmm.
and they seems to be like academic counselors.
Yes,
Both
yes,
retired, they are academician, you know.
yes,
So,
yes,
and these children are offsprings of two academic counselors who have
yes,
achieved very well in
yes,
their career before retirement, you know.
yes,
Mm,
So,
mm,
and if the information is correct that have just been forwarded to me, 19 years old was when the first one died, you
yes,
know, about 5 years
delete.
ago. Deleted,
Mm,
yes,
sorry, you know. So, you see, what is your opinion about this? You will see that sometimes some children don't represent, this show is all about lessons, right? Some
yes.
children, they don't really represent. You see, children that come from a very well established, good parents, decent father, decent mother, and they just turn to something else. This is not only just in America, it happened everywhere. What do you think,
Yes.
parents can do, or what do you think is responsible for this? Is it that there was some kind of weakness, to
Mm.
not to discipline the children very well, or the parents were
it's
too
only
soft
God,
on
though.
them, or something like that?
It's just God.
Bia,
It's
you
just the
asked a
grace of God.
very salient question. I'm an
Mm,
educator myself.
Okay.
Because these are LA's quite, I'm sure you've been to LA. There's a lot of, gang activity and all that. So, you know, I
Mhm.
of I had to my children are literally shielded.
Yes.
They're literally, and then the school districts where they go to school, for whatever it's worth, it's like predominantly, Oyibo people. Not that it matters. I'm not saying, please don't get me wrong, but
Yes.
that's where, because Oyibo people, they have their own issues with, the D, smoking.
Hmm.
mm,
But that's
mm,
where, you can get very good quality education, and you have to be hawkish with your kids. I don't know. The woman now, if I want to play Monday morning quarterback, she's kind of mild mannered. You see what I'm
mm,
saying?
mm,
Okay, she'll say, okay, do, hey, Nemo. Those of us are, always so positive. I
mm,
remember one time I was even trying to like gossip. She said, hey, Mbano, hey, Yoku. Like women that talk like that, not into drama, very gentle, very mild mannered, very easygoing, always has something nice to say, loved by everyone, praise, she prays. You see what I'm saying? So if I want to like, kind of conjecture, maybe some kind of permissiveness. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they let
Yeah.
them do whatever they want. I mean, that's the only
Or were
thing
they
I
too
see what I'm saying,
busy,
Bio.
too engaged with their?
It's a
You actually
combination of factors. I would think it's a
Yeah.
It's a
combination of factors. It's not
combination.
one thing. It's not one thing. You never see pastor children when when they do
No,
those
I'm not.
things.
No, the reason why I asked that question is just for us to learn some lessons. You understand? I'm not.
Mm.
Yes.
The questions are not direct. I'm not questioning the
I
family.
know, I
No,
know. I'm
you
just
know.
giving. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
Mhm.
giving an answer to
Right.
what Olivia said. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
she's
And
speaking
another
facts.
thing too, which might play a factor, they're heavily into, the Niger community,
Mm.
parties, dressing up, I mean, that's not a bad thing, though.
Mm.
Well, if as BO, I feel your question is very valid because I'm trying to figure out what went wrong, where things went wrong. So
Mm.
I'm saying to myself, is he looking at the lifestyle, the pepper them lifestyle,
Mhm.
how we two were
Yeah,
loud, then he
yeah.
Uh-huh.
wants to flex, spray money, parties. I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
know. But
My
that's what we
sister,
do all over the
a
world.
child that is caught for multiple arm robbery. Eh?
Hey,
Eh,
Bio, you don't flag this our video tire today. As
Oh,
if you can't be
sorry.
new person
For
for here.
multiple, sorry, for
Right?
multiple collection. Eh?
eh,
He or she must have been bringing some kind of things home that those days, Auntie B,
eh,
if you bring slippers when your partner buy for you come house, they will ask you question, right?
now.
Uh-huh.
And then the job your child does, and then your child brings certain things and certain flashy objects. I don't care if you're charging them to your credit card. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to be like, what's going on here? Who are you dealing with? What? Ask necessary questions. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes your children get to a stage where you can't even control them anymore. But
Yeah.
there
And
Yeah.
I'm
is
wondering,
there is
that
a lot of
Oscar title.
accountability. Auntie
Yeah,
B,
that who paid
is
for the
juju.
Oscar title though?
Hmm?
Who paid for it?
Is a culture. Onitsha people is a serious business.
I know, but you have to pay. There's a lot of ceremony. Money goes into it. You have to go back to
Money goes
Nigeria for the
into it.
ceremony. There's a
Yes.
lot of entertainment and festivity when there's a chieftaincy title. I'm wondering, could he afford to pay for it, all that? Or did he pay?
I
That's what
don't think.
I'm just thinking because no, now we are trying to unpick the lifestyle and what could have. I
I
mean,
don't
it's
care.
not 100%, like, but we're just looking at possibilities. So you are saying about the culture of going to parties,
Also,
spending money. He got an also title.
yes.
How could
Also,
he
your
afford it?
parents will usually send in your name. A lot of people do. Those people that are
Okay, it's
into
not
it.
expensive. Somebody is
I
saying it's
don't
not
think
expensive.
so. Mm-mm.
Ah,
No.
okay.
I'm not from
All right.
Onitsha. The Onitsha people.
If
Hey,
do we have any people here?
Adana said it's not expensive.
Adana
Yes.
says it's not. Are you from
Yes.
Onitsha, Adana? Hmm? Uzo, do you know anything about Uzo title?
Hi, Auntie B. Hi, everyone. So,
Hi,
okay, so,
sweetie.
for my knowledge of Oslo title is usually given to people that Igbo people will say maybe are rich or affluent, and the father would like carry out on the ceremony and will also do the ceremony for the first son, and might decide to do for other male children, but normally they would do it for the first son because the first son in Igbo culture is the one that would inherit the obi, that's inherit his father's
Yes.
um Obi is like father's house in the village, you
Right.
know. So if a father has an Ozo title, he would do the ceremony for the son. And well, it depends on the culture. I'm from Obosi, and I know that
Okay. Also, you're from
if,
Obosi.
yes, and I
I'm from Nnewi. We're close. Yeah.
oh yes, we're very close. And I know that money is involved because they're going to give you a list of drinks and things you will do. You will also entertain white red cap chiefs, you will
Mm-hmm.
do all that.
Cheers.
And yes, money
Mm-hmm.
goes into it, but just like we say, it's culture, and culture is a way of life. It's what Igbo people like, and it's what they do,
Yes.
So that's in regards to the also title. And maybe while I'm here, I just want to speak on something. I'm always big on our children and big on families. And as parents, in as much as we're in America, Canada, the UK, and everything, we have to be firm with our children. Some people might argue with me and say, oh, you can only try. Oh, if you do this, they'll call the police. I mean, if you're clothing and feeding your children and you've set the ground rules, there's nobody, and it's not as if you're harming the children, but they know that if they go left, they're going to get a good spanking. Trust me, your
Mm-hmm.
children would sit up and know that some things are not will not fly in their parents' house. I want to give an instance. Okay, I went for this party over the weekend, a 1-year-old party, and there was this little boy who was disruptive, I should say. He had been seeing him, he would just go push other children, he would just go
Mm-hmm.
and throw things down and all that. Okay, now I'm just like, okay, that's not my child, but it was really irritating me. And I'm quite firm, I'm quite strict. My husband says all the time, your children will not like you because they're very firm. I'm like, well, I don't need them to like me, so far they don't disgrace me. That's the most
Yeah.
important thing. So I'm just looking at him and it's really, really irritating me, but I'm like, okay, so far he's not going to do this is nonsense near my child, because that's when
Mhm.
they wouldn't even, his mother would know that I'm not even part of this
Yes.
and nonsense. And then you won't believe, when it was time for picture taking, right? Auntie B, do you know that
Hmm.
he pushed down the cake?
Mhm.
Is it lie?
I'm telling
Uh-uh.
you, and it
If
was
you could
just,
destroy the birthday cake,
just,
no matter.
yes. Now listen,
Mhm.
as the cake was about
Mhm.
to go down, someone saved the cake, and I'm like, who has this child? Because
Mm.
he irritated me so much and everything. And that's how the mother came. I was like, oh my goodness, we can't be saying we're Nigerians. At this point, I couldn't take it anymore. Please, people should.
Mhm.
You can't. How are you a parent and your child is just misbehaving and you're just there and everything? As soon as I said that,
Okay.
oh, the mother came to me. I said, and you know me, I finished. I said, please don't tell me that nonsense. You've not seen your child misbehaving up and down, and you are there.
Mm.
Is it because I only? I said, if it was my child that's showing this party and that cake was on the floor, you're not going to like me. You are not going to like me. Auntie B, you won't believe that as soon as I'd finished the mother, I didn't even care. She was pregnant. I was like, that's your business. Why did you come and attack me? Means I finished her. Do you understand? I finished. I did
Let
not
me
even spare her.
let
Her
me
friends
tell you
came and
something.
they held her. Auntie B, but let me finish. You won't believe
Okay.
that as soon as I'd finished that scene, the father went to go and get a branch. I knew it was time to discipline his son. Can you beat that?
In the public, in the party there.
Oh yes, in the past, that's when he knew that. As I said,
No, that
oh, so
one
now
is
you know they
not
can
good.
actually
You'll
get
get the
a
cops
branch
called on
and
him.
set
You
Is
him
that
can't
right.
do
is, it,
that.
is that way to discipline him in the party?
No, you can't do
Mm.
that in the
Mhm.
How
public.
old is
No,
this
That's
but I'm
not
child
telling you,
normal.
that's
also?
what the father. No, no, all I'm saying is that, so now the father knows that, oh, if you get a branch and you try, no, he wasn't hitting him, oh, but he took a branch like, okay, I'm going to discipline you if you misbehave. I'm like, oh, so you could actually do that. You can actually do that, but it's not that everything is almost chaotic that you have to do. What am I saying in essence? We have these values that parents, many people will say, oh, parents that hit their children, that do this. We're not saying that you should, hit your children to the extent that you destroy them and everything and cause them injury. No, but you can give them a spank or two. You can raise your voices. You can be firm. I mean, there are some parents that you look and their children are just misbehaving outside, and you're just like, and you're just looking at them like,
I
because you're in
got your
Canada, you
point.
can't set
I
your
got your
children
point
safe.
100%.
Auntie this our America. You can't
These are
hit
the
to.
issues. This is how the
I
children get
got
bad.
There's some
Adana's point.
consequence.
What
Susan, can I
Adana is
talk
saying,
now?
Adana is not trying to support nor condemn. She's just trying to say, let us also learn
Yes.
a lesson of conscience. We
Let me
can't
tell you
go.
some.
Yeah, go
Bio.
ahead. Go
No,
ahead,
finish,
Auntie
Bio.
B.
Let me allow you
The reason
finish.
why I'm saying this is because the moment Adana started saying this, there are things we are all in this obodoyibo. We go out.
Uzo.
We are not
It's
saying,
Uzo. Her name is Uzo.
we are not, sorry.
It's Uzo, not Adana.
Okay, Uzo, sorry. So anyway, so what we are trying to what she's trying to say, we're just trying to take a lesson. Most times when we come here and give lesson, doesn't mean that was exactly what happened in this case. Just
Mm,
to point it out. But what
yeah.
we're saying here is that it is also important. This is a family, not one child, two child the same way. Listen,
Mm.
Chineke.
listen, my dear. You can be a good parent,
That's
but
it.
ignorantly ignore some little things. This same thing, I have gone for a birthday party, not be my picking. One boy was holding one little girl, not be joke. If you remove the boy hand for the girl hand, the boy will fight anybody. It shows that that boy have been doing it before at home. And the mom was taking it was a joke. I
And they'll
said
be
this
laughing. These
I said
women that have
this
those
boy,
children, they'll be
this
laughing.
boy will not last. So they should not go and hold him for arrow at the age of 14. What am I trying to say here? The point is, yes, we agree. This is a beautiful family. I'm a Catholic myself. Coming out from even a Catholic home, trust me, where both parents are seasoned professionals, is the best family upbringing you can always get. But
Yes.
however, sometimes you might, some people can have actions, be good, but ignorantly allow something. I don't believe something starts in a day. That is for me.
Bio,
Listen,
Let me tell you, let me just say this. All we
Okay.
can do, those of us that claim we're Christians, I've seen a lot of well-intentioned parents that raise their kids very well, and then you'll see that one child that just refuses. There's so many examples. In fact, there's an example even in Houston. Very respectable parents, and then the son. I can't even go into what this boy did. Such a big deal. The poor man was like rolling on the floor. What will my friends say? My enemies will laugh at me and all that. But what I'm trying to say is we can't put it always all on the parents. And a lot
Yeah,
of time, peer
absolutely. I
pressure,
agree.
Auntie
Because
B.
You're
sometimes you
right.
do your
You're
best.
Peer
right.
Parents
pressure
do
in
their
Yeah.
this
best. The
our
children will still turn out
obodoyibo.
to be what they want
You're
to do.
you're right. But
And
at least we can only
peer
try. At
pressure.
least
I
we
work
can
with the
only
school
try.
system. I'm telling you, if you surround yourself, it takes a child who has a very powerful internal locus of control to sometimes be able to, get themselves out of, peer pressure. So
Mm,
I'm hard pressed to put this on the parents. They're very decent, nice people. And I
yeah.
think, they did the best they could. So, but something went off. And, sometimes another thing, I'll let others get their turn. Once they
Thank
start,
you.
this thing where, they
Hmm.
smoke and all that, Auntie B. You understand what I'm saying? I don't
I
really want
do.
to.
I do. I
Eh,
do. Mm,
once they start taking
mm,
all these things and all that, all bets are off sometimes. So at the
hmm.
end of the day, as some of us are saying, we'll pray. We'll do the best that we can and pray. No one has monopoly over how to raise a perfect child, in the West. At the end of the day, God is all, has the final say so.
Okay.
I believe most parents are well intentioned. I want to raise
Yeah.
their kids well. Some are actually quite permissive. And then the hitting part, please, let's not go around hitting kids because CPS will come for your child if you're in the US.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
They
Thank
No,
will.
you,
no,
Olivia.
yeah, Olivia, I want to say something. This particular man I'm talking about, he didn't hit him, okay? He
Okay,
only went to,
threatened.
yes, he just went to get a branch. Do you understand? Because
When you
he knows
bring
that
a
the
switch,
child
if you
would
bring a switch,
understand. Yeah, so he
yeah.
just went to get a branch and you could see this boy behave. So I was like, oh, so you could actually do that. Oh, so your child can actually be under control. So why did we need it to get to this stage? That's all I'm saying.
But
I'm sorry I'm sounding so
actually,
passionate
Uzo,
about
for
this,
it to have
you know.
gotten to that stage and there's such a minor kid there, there's something off going on at home. Because
See,
usually these kids start
exactly.
displaying the very
This thing
negative,
at
untoward
home.
behaviors
And
in their
sometimes you
teens.
people are ruling
Mm-hmm.
out that the fact that some children that have this sort of behavior might have mental health
Thank
challenges
you,
as well.
Auntie
You are not looking
B.
at that.
Okay.
Uzo,
Okay.
you just
Yes,
started this
you're right.
parenting thing. Cool down. I'm telling you now.
Auntie
I've
B.
been on this road for a long time. You are
Yeah.
Thank
talking with so much
you.
authority.
And
Yes.
Eh?
TV, that's what I'm saying. I'm sounding too passionate because
You
honestly,
just started though.
if
You know
you,
you
I
were telling
know
me to
and
let you
TV.
finish. Me, I've been raising children for a long time, and I'm
Thank
telling you
you.
categorically, it's not
Yes, I
as
agree with you,
clean
and
cut as you are
TV.
saying it.
I
Do
It's
you
know it's
not.
understand?
not. We can only
Mhm.
try, but because I've seen it so many times where parents don't even care, they're just like whatever. They're not even trying. That's the
Mama,
only
I've
reason
added
why I'm
you. No,
saying
it's not.
Auntie
this.
It's
B.
You
not.
know.
It's not
Auntie
as
B.
easy as that.
Auntie
You have
B.
one yet, and you are
Auntie
just
B.
starting. You get to
See,
find out what
let
I'm
me
Auntie
say,
saying.
let
B.
me just, sorry,
Auntie
sorry, see,
B. No,
sorry,
sorry.
oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want
okay,
to call you off. I'm
Olivia
done.
wants
okay,
to
no
leave.
what,
Let her
Auntie
just say what
B.
she wants. Yes, my
Auntie
dear.
B. Let me tell
Mm.
you, learning, if a child has emotional problems, is either
Mm.
learning disabled. Some of these children even have like autism. They're
Yes.
on the
Mm,
spectrum. They might be
ADHD.
emotionally
Yeah. So
disturbed.
many things. Yeah.
There's so many
Behavior.
things.
I knew a child in my church. This boy. Yoruba mothers can be really firm. A lot of them are very firm with their children. They don't joke. This boy, he changed school when they were. I don't know what year he's even in now. I think he must have changed like 5 schools within 1 year.
Yeah.
Every school he goes to, they will send him away. The boy was like somebody that is possessed.
Mhm.
He will climb upstairs like this and jump down, boo boo, like this. Everybody knows him. If you see his body, he has marks everywhere. He was
Mm-mm.
just fearless. It's like I don't know. Well, in fact, I don't know.
Only you tire.
I tell you, I dey fear the boy. I swear, I dey fear
As if
him.
you say, where them about this one.
I never see that kind of thing
Even
before.
if they
Even the
give the
children,
ticket to Yedi for
even
self, he go still
he
be
dey beat
relaxed.
children when they big pass and he go flood them for ground with one hand. I say he dey change school per minute per second. That one you want tell me say na because they no discipline am.
No,
People
no, we
discipline
agree.
him.
No, we
Mhm.
are not saying nothing is absolute, of
They
course,
discipline
yes.
him now, but I think
Yes.
eventually they found out that maybe he has some kind of mental health or some diagnosis or something.
Then they
You
call
know.
stubborn from Bele.
okay. So,
Uh,
so here's what I want to say. I know, say everybody dey passionate, So as a what's it called, a neutral person in all of this, and having experienced life a little bit, my mom always used to say something. Biomo, I be holy. When what that means is you feel born picking, but they born in mind. Then you
mm,
get another saying when she dey talk, she say if you carry the pikin when you carry put for back when you back, right? You know fit you can't vouch for that child because you don't know
Mm-hmm.
whether that child don't stretch hand, enter tree, pluck fruit, they chop. You don't know.
Mm.
Just back the child. What the point of the point of this whole thing is they really don't know. I try we they try. As
Yeah.
parents, you really do try. Because reason why I say this is even in my own family, I have siblings, right? We were raised a certain way. When you see some of your siblings acting, you'll be like, yeah, you be not be the same mama papa bonus. It's
Mm.
that strange. So it's very hard to have a very firm stance on, oh, this person did not train their child. Yes, there are those. We all know some of them that just let their children run buck wild. We know that, right? But the truth be told, eh? True and true, they get in mind. Even small pikin, when you they observe them, I don't babysit many a times in my life. But I go they watch, observe some children. They go they do some things. You go they shock. You go they see where this pikin they learn this thing when they do. So I personally, I'm very dey careful when I dey talk about how parents say they raise children or how man there's no knowing it all. The
Mm.
truth is that like people were saying in the comment section, na prayer.
Sometimes if you
Make
are
we
too
dey
harsh, self,
pray.
if you are too harsh on your
Hmm.
children, you send
They
them
go
to the
turn
other
them
end.
upside down. Yes, they will
You will
turn
lose them
against you.
completely. You
Hmm.
will lose them if you are too harsh. I
Auntie
don't
Hey,
B,
see
if
them
you're
now.
too harsh, it's over. Oh.
Hmm.
If you're too
yeah,
harsh, those children will resent you.
Auntie
They
Hmm.
will
B, I
resent you and then you can't
understand.
get
exactly.
through to them. You might as
Yes,
well be talking to the
Yes, I
wall.
understand, but I'm only saying, I'm not saying that be harsh, but there's, you can be firm with your children, you can, with one hand, you bring them close, with the other hand, you can spank them and set them right. That's all I'm saying. I might have
Mm.
sounded so passionately, Auntie B, I'm sorry if I, sounded rude to you and everything. My
No, no,
sincere
no, 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 no.
apologies.
It's
I'm
okay.
just
No,
a
no, no, no,
little,
no. It's
passionate
fine.
about this
I know you
because
are
I've seen
passionate.
it
You are a
play
I
new
wanted
out
to
mom.
come and fight you,
many
Uzo. I said,
times.
who's
You are a
Ojoju?
new
I'm
mom, so the
coming
thing is
in
still
now.
shocking you. Gra, gra, gra.
No, 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 Auntie B. I've seen a lot. That's what, especially in this community here, and I'm just like, what's really going on? Many people are just throwing away the values, and maybe that's why it sounded too harsh.
It's
I'm
not
not
a
saying,
joke, especially in the diaspora. I'm not going to lie. Because don't forget that back home in Nigeria, it was much easier, you know,
Right.
because you have help. And it's not only you that is watching the children, not you and your husband alone, the community. Like for instance, today I was driving home. I saw a group of young children, secondary school. They finished school and are black children. Oh, all of them are black. I saw them. I parked like this. I was looking at them. Now, girls, they were girls. One has his own camp there that his supporters. You will know they are his supporters. Her supporters. Then the other one has her supporter. One was in uniform because children here wear school uniform. The other one did not have uniform. And I know that they were having aggro. The one without uniform looks like he was about to start a fight. I stand like this at park. I say, see these children. When school finish, they no go house. Tell me what are they doing in the street now? Teenagers, oh, and you see, they will have their phones out. Anything happen now, they start recording. That is how Wahala starts. Would their parents follow them to school? I'm talking about children that they're like 15, 16, 17 years old. You don't follow them. At the end of the day, you can do the best that you can, but when they will still make their own choices. That is just it. So it's just prayer. Every day you just be begging God, ni. Especially these Obodoyibo children.
Mhm.
It's just you just have to be begging God, please God help me. Do you know what I was thinking in my mind when I was coming? If it's Nigeria, I'll stop my car. I will come out and say, oh yeah, all of you, especially if it's my area. I
Exactly.
said, if you don't go home now, I will call your parents. All of them will disappear. Share, let me try on for London. They
Hmm.
go gather with me. Share, no,
Na
let me try
prayer.
on.
Oh. That
Yes.
one, that
I'm
one, me,
trying
I
to
know say na
say.
prayer. Some parents they will be say every night na party today,
Thank
party
you.
tomorrow,
Thank you.
party next tomorrow. The children go come out, they go be the best children. You the one that
Mm,
I had friends, I grew up with friends like that. We did not know their parents. Every time they always now they raise themselves. One of them is actually here in Florida. Now them literally raise them, but they are some of the best citizens of the world.
Imagine
This
that their
way,
parents were not even
they were
available.
never, the parents were always partying. Now, relatives, now bring them up. Yeah, now God,
The
we
grace
just
of
leave
God.
matter. Some
Yeah, with
people,
children
they
is the
grow
grace
up
of
for
God.
street,
Mhm.
they say, don't do straight jacket all
Sometimes
the time. Hmm.
your child at a point you will do your best, you will love them, you will apply discipline, right? The right amount of discipline. And then one day your child will do something and you will sit down and you will start to question yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to ask yourself questions. Have I done it wrong? What mistakes have I made? And then you search your conscience. Did I not give them attention? Did I not love them enough? Did I not discipline them enough? Did I not provide for them? You can question all you want. Maybe you did all that. Maybe you did, but last, these children, they will still make their own decisions. This one is not a baby now. He's not a baby. He knows
Bam.
exactly what he's doing. He's a grown
Absolutely.
man. He chose this
Absolutely.
path, even if he was on this path before. Let's say he chose for some reason, maybe their parenting was slack or whatever. I'm not saying it was, but let's
Yes,
take for instance
yes.
the fact that his brother was deleted. Is that
Thank
not enough for
you.
you to enter house?
Exactly.
Is that not enough for you to say, let me pity my mother? Let me
Yes.
pity
Mm-hmm.
my mother is old.
That's it.
You won't
That's
enter
what I'm
house,
saying.
you still
Yeah.
carry on until they catch you. Can you not see? That's why Olivia was saying this one not be juju be this.
No be juju be
Auntie
this.
B, you know what I was saying to myself when he had his wedding? I was saying, oh, glory be to God. Thank you, Jesus, that this is going to bring some kind of peace to the family. I was already visualizing, oh, the wife will have a baby and, the generation
It will comfort the
continues.
family.
That was my joy.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, thank you, God. This is going to add a new dimension of joy to this family's life because the way the boy was brutally eliminated, and from the surrounding information and everything, the
Hmm.
word on the streets was, these G activities. But
Hmm.
putting two and two together, apparently, maybe, he was in it with his brother. So it's probably not today. This one you said it was what, 68 counts? So this, I know the way for you now. It's probably been going on over the years,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Look at the
So,
number of times he's done it. He
uh,
didn't even pity
Yeah.
for his mother. He has
uh,
no conscience to say
no
if anything
conscience.
happens to me, my mom
Auntie
will not be
B,
able to take it.
Auntie B, he paid me so much that things I would say, many would just mistake it with this show. I wish it was on a different ground. I'm saying this. See, I was dating a single mother when I was in Dublin, Ireland. The boy, they came to report to us at home that this boy went to a shop from school. Just like you said, thank God you are a parent yourself. Most of these things where concentration is should be higher more for kids. Now, when they don't they go school on their own, that high school time and all
Teenage, you
that.
see the most difficult years now, the
Yes,
teenage
the
years.
teenage years. This
Mm-hmm.
boy went out and stole from a shop with his fellow classmates or group of people that the waka come, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, when the information came to us, see, sorry to say, I'm not saying it's this particular case, but I'm just saying for people to understand. I don't want people to run along with a notion which we all agree that yes, at the end of the day, last, now individual decision, but don't also leave your responsibility. They came to report to us at home. The word the mama tell me, now I tell her, say, my dear, after the person left, I told the mama, say, see, between me and you, I sit down here, your picking not there here. That word you said in presence of your picking and that person is a very wrong word.
Wait till she talk.
No, like you say, the son cannot steal it. It's not the son, it's the
Mhm.
son's friend. You know those
Okay, he
kind of
was
things.
denying. He was
Yes.
denying.
Denying
Mm-hmm.
from the boy. So and I told him,
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, it's not a bat. When I'm saying this thing, Auntie B, trust me, it's natural for not every woman, don't get me wrong. That is why you will see sometimes, women, they are the best human being in this life. Even my mama, eh, her slackness today it almost affect me small out of love. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, because of the pain women go to have these children, it
Mm-hmm.
takes a very serious-minded woman. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? To
Mm-hmm.
realize that some of the actions you will take to a child is not to
Mm-hmm.
hurt the child, but to help the child in the
Yeah, the
future.
discipline. Yeah, you
It
are
doesn't
right.
really mean now that one go make the child come 100%. Yeah, It's just like we talk about men who are not disciplined to their wife today. Some people came from broken home, but they are wonderful husbands, right?
Yeah.
But most likely, men will come from a disciplined home, So there's no formula to this thing. Nobody is saying this is absolute, this is the best channel, this is not the good channel. No. The point I'm only trying to bring out here is that even if it's not in this case, let
Some
us
parents are
understand.
lax. Yeah, they are very lax.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
lax
When they are
because
supposed to
Right.
take action. Yeah.
Right.
And
from
Auntie
high
That's the
B,
school.
point.
Auntie B, something else, I guess we're still on the matter of, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to, raising a good child, a God-fearing child.
Yeah.
For me as an educator, I work in mental health, is always check in with your kids, talk to them, have lines of communication open. I have, a whole bunch of kids, and I deal with them differently. So some are kind of introverted.
Yeah.
I sense my mom instincts are always on alert. Like this morning, I said to my son, "Are you okay? You seem kind of quiet. What's going on? Talk to me." That was like tickling him. That he now opened up. So I have the ones that are like, out there. They'll tell you everything that's happening in school. Ask them questions. Let's just do the best that we can, because this forum, Auntie B, you don't even know what you're doing. I'm addicted. Even my husband will say, your friend. I say, yes, so my friend has to be waiting. I had to call him quickly. But I guess, jokes apart, let's always check in. Talk to
Yeah,
your
you're right.
children. Let them open
You have
up
to
to
talk
you.
to them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to talk to them. You
You
have to.
have to.
Very, very important
Check
that you're
their
able to
bag when they come
communicate.
back from school. Anything you
Yes.
didn't buy for them that you see there, even if it's
That's
cleaner,
true. That's
who gave you this cleaner? I'm telling you, even if it's slippers, why did you exchange your slippers or your footwear with your friend? Did I not give you your own? Those little things. I'm not trying to say it's a guarantee 100%, but it
But
will
it's
help. That's what I'm
important.
saying.
Parents should
Yes.
play their part. That's
Just
what you're
play your
saying
part and
too.
leave the
You're
rest
right.
for God. That is my point.
Because
I'm not saying
if we as parents do our due diligence and anything happens,
You
because
know
I always
you've
tell
done
my
your
kids,
best.
yes
Yes, at
yes,
least
now.
you know you
Done your
tried.
best.
Yeah, you know
even
you
even
tried.
when you want to discipline, you tell them you're accountable to God.
Yes.
God is not
The
going to hold
first time
you.
police catch that
Yes.
pikin, don't rush to the
Eh,
police station. He will not
I,
die there. When the child notice that the papa and mama, they not quick come. Do you understand? Even though it's paining you, start be crying at home. But you want that person to have corrective measure, if that makes sense. If
Nini
they call
Leaks did
you,
it to her son now. When Nini Leaks of her Real Housewives of Atlanta, when her son, I don't know what he was found guilty of, the boy, they locked him up in jail. The woman refused to go and bail him out. Said he did the time, he did the crime. He
Let
needs
him do
to
the
do the
time.
time. When he
Yeah.
comes out, he will know to
You will
behave
learn the
himself
lesson.
properly.
next time go know say my
Woman
papa no
lock
go
up
come.
her heart. He lock her up. People come dey beg. Say no. They do interview. Nini Leak say lie. He go
Ah,
dey there. He go set the time. I see this one na African. So me na my mama. Oh,
As
Okay.
well.
Well, Auntie B, I'm just going to close with this. Like I said, I just want to offer my sincere apologies if
No,
I,
no, 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 no,
sounded like
no.
too harsh or
No,
anything.
no, 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 no.
I'm
You are
just
a
really
very passionate
passionate
person, and
about,
that's why I like
yeah,
you.
and even
And
about parenting.
you don't like bad behavior. I noticed
Mm,
that what that child did triggered you in that party, and
No,
it was
no,
like you should stand up and smack him the right there and there and set him straight. How
I'm
old
just,
was that child, by the way?
5 years old, a 5 year old.
Okay, that
Yes,
one don't reach the top king. He reached the
yes,
top king.
that's what really irritated me. If it was a
even
baby, it's
TikTok
a
now, they
baby.
even put
So,
videos
No,
of
5 years.
disobedient
No,
children.
5 years. Don't know. If it was like
yeah.
2 or 1, but at
Tik-
five,
Yes, that's
no,
a baby. I
no,
wouldn't even be irritated. That's a baby.
no.
I'm
five
sorry
years.
if I
His
sounded
behavior
like
is
too harsh.
funny already.
Yes, I sounded like I'm
Okay.
sorry if I sounded like too harsh and everything and passionate.
no, we got your
Maybe
point. No, you did
I've
well. You
told
did
you,
well. Nobody's.
yeah, and I've told you my journey to being a mother. If I tell you the number of miscarriages I had before I got here, so I'm really passionate about when you go through this suffering as a mother, you
I
don't
feel
want
the passion, Uzo. We love you. That play
It's
we dey play
okay.
for you. We
It's okay.
understand the
It's okay.
passion
It's
totally.
all right.
You know. Yeah.
You're getting very emotional. Hey, yeah, but I'm sending you virtual hugs, okay? You know, me and you now, we are 5 and 6,
Yes.
okay?
So
Don't take it like that, all
No, don't
right?
take it like that. You
no,
did very
Uzo, we
well. It's
love
not a big
you.
deal.
You're very passionate. Everybody knows that. It comes through. I don't, so
Mm.
we love you. I'm sending you hugs.
Okay.
I know I sent a comment. I was like, Uzo, Uzo, how many times? It's all a joke. I mean well.
It's
I don't
okay.
mean it in any bad way at
It's
all.
okay. You know how it is
It's all
now.
love here.
We get heated here and everything, and because at the end of the day, we all want the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Okay,
yes.
all of
And
us
this
here
has to
we're
do with our
talking.
At the
kids.
end of the
Yeah,
day,
the outcome we want
absolutely.
if our children to turn out to be responsible
Absolutely,
citizens that
yes.
will bring us glory, not this one
Yes.
that has brought
Yes.
so much shame to his family now.
You know.
You know, and the fact that his younger brother was deleted is even more
Mm-hmm.
Again.
heartbreaking. So
Yes
we all want
now.
the same outcome.
Eh?
So Uzo, please
So,
don't
Auntie
feel that
B,
way,
I'm
okay?
kind of
It's all
curious.
love.
What role does Juju have to play in this? So, me, I don't want to discount.
Nobody said juju. Who
Olivia,
said juju
please, you
there?
and this juju matter. I beg,
No,
I didn't
because
know
me,
about
I don't
juju
before,
there.
but because I guess considering his background and all that, I guess
Maybe
maybe
it's
I'm
from the
asking a
user title he got the juju. I don't know. I don't
No, I
know.
don't
Let's
think
ask
there's
maybe I'm
him.
asking
anything
a
juju
redundant
have to play.
question, but
Oh.
that goes to show
Yeah,
how
I don't
prayerful we have
know.
to be as
Bumi,
well.
what do you think? Let's ask Bumi.
Hi, Auntie B. Hi,
Amaya, you
Sam.
think juju has anything to do with this?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think because I don't think so. I don't think so. To be honest, I don't because it's a trend, right? So,
Mm.
uh,
Yes.
if not juju, she depending on the parents, we're Africans, so I will assume that they knew. So maybe they forgot go through and go MFM. I don't know when the thing start again.
They say that
So
Catholic there they go. Catholic people know they go all those kind of churches. So
when you reach for juju, you go change from Catholic to MFM
So, mountain
or
of fire.
or chosen.
No, when
they
they
go
say
do
no be
fire,
juju be that
fire.
one mean say they are talking of something like a sue. It's not like there's actually juju in it. What they are trying to say is like it's nice. Do you understand?
No,
It's
I
like
Mm.
understand.
yeah,
I
but there's
understand
no
that they are
juju.
saying it's not ordinary eye. But when you see that you
Mhm.
have tried, again, it depends. Like, for example, when I was younger, and then some strange things were Anglican. I was born Anglican.
Yes.
My mom switched from Anglican. I sleep for MFM. I sleep for Mountain of Fire for like 3 days now. So it depends. When you see that some things not be ordinary eye, you go enter no, on ordinary road, find what you go do to change the outcome. So I don't know, but I don't think it's juju. I will not.
No, it's
Let's
not.
not pretend. I
I
don't
don't
There's
think
think
it's
it's
juju.
nothing
juju. No,
nothing
it's
has to
not
do with
juju.
juju here. Who
Mm.
brought juju matter self?
You see, now, Olivia, when
It's
people
not me,
say not be
oh,
juju be
you,
that,
because
it's
I
not
don't
literal.
No,
It's just a figurative way of
it's a
saying something.
figurative
Oh.
statement, Auntie B. When they say no be juju be that, doesn't mean
You're
juju is
taking it
actually
literally. No, it's
yes.
not literally. Yeah.
There are
It's
things you
Mm.
just
cannot explain because
when you
everybody
can't
just
explain it, you just have to
yes.
say not be juju be this,
Yeah, because people understand that he came from a good home, he
Yeah.
got good job. What are you looking for? Those kind of stuff. So the
Mm-hmm.
next thing they will not say, no be juju be that. You understand what I mean?
Mm.
Because they cannot place it on any other
Yeah.
thing
And you
their
can't.
mind
It's
can
not.
direct
You
them.
can't explain it. It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense. It's
yeah.
Auntie
not.
B,
It's not something.
I want to use sorry to God. I want to use my son as an example. All of this, my
Mhm.
son just turned 4 last week. All of a sudden, say during that COVID time, because there was no daycare, we're working from home. We had less time for him, like to interact. He was watching a lot of FaceTime, say FaceTime, screen time. He was doing a lot
TV.
of screen time. So
Mm.
we noticed that he was not talking, like he was not talking at the stage that he should be talking at, and he was. That's the time they're trying to express themselves. Long story short, he started daycare again because he could not express himself. He started using his body. So because he can't say, "Oh, I want to go next," or "My turn." Just those little words. He started being aggressive. Immediately I picked it. I don't even wait for daycare. Immediately I picked it. When we go to the public park, I see say in the do any. I say, wait, where is this coming from? But he will not be able to also. And also, like Vio was saying, your motherly, you will not want to see it. But then when you start seeing it, you're gonna be like, if you pick it on time. So I picked it not on time, but I picked it after a couple scenarios, and I was like, something is wrong. So I started reading to him. I bought like 10 books and I read every night for 4 months straight. Now he's talking well. That behavior has changed. You understand? So if you pick it, if you're not attentive, these things can grow. It can become a problem. And then you think that it's okay, it's a small child, or they are just playing, things like that. That's an example. I just wanted to say.
Nice.
So yeah. It's different. Like you're saying, to pay attention rather to the child, to the behavior, and you can only do so much because you are working. Your partner, if your partner is available, is working too. So those little interactions, like the drive to school, the walk to school, the bed routine, the eating on the table, even because there's no time it is obodobo, eating together, talking, making eye contact, making sure that they know that even though you are busy or whatever the case is, that you are available for them. It all counts because again, you can only do so much. And in this place where you cannot even as much as shout at them in public, you don't know who will call social services. So you have to make sure
Oh,
that every
it is well.
interaction, every
Yeah.
interaction has a positive outcome, that they understand that from the get-go that
Mm.
this is our stand, or this is what we believe, this is what we came for. Like I
May
don't
God
come
help
to say,
us. May God help all parents.
amen,
Thank you very
amen.
much. Thank you, Bumi. Really
Mm,
appreciate that. May God help all parents. Look at this. I left this on the screen because I wanted Bill. Before I
Yes.
let you go, I want to read this comment. King's kid. She, I think it's a she. It said, whether it's a he or she, I don't know. But the person said, I did everything possible to be a model parent, but my
Mm-hmm.
boys, they still smoke igbo.
Mm-hmm.
They developed an aversion towards the Christian way we raise them.
Yeah,
Only God can help parents.
absolutely.
You see what I was saying
Yeah,
earlier
we all
on?
agree with that. Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. That is
Imagine,
100% correct.
just imagine.
No, that is
Just
100% correct. Yes.
so this kind of thing now, you go to question yourself, say, I at least I did the right thing.
No, but at least you
At least
know
I
you
try
did.
my best.
Yeah, you did your best. Yes.
uh
That is better than your conscience going to judge you saying, I miss them.
Auntie B,
So
this our America, Igbo dey legal. Oh.
exactly. They
Yeah.
say for an aside, now even for
Ahead
Canada, you
now.
don't they legal for America.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it's Canada
Just
alone.
go any shop, buy them.
Not be
Show your
everywhere for
ID.
America. I think that's some states. Some
Yeah, my
states
state,
Uh,
it
never.
is legal.
it is
Probably
well.
not in the red states somewhere. I don't know to what extent. But
Okay. Thank
so
you so much. Olivia, please, oh, don't forget that
mhm,
lady. I beg you people should uphold her. God will help you and give
mhm,
you wisdom. Your community, please don't
yeah,
leave her alone. I feel my
yeah,
heart goes out to
yeah.
her in all
Mm,
this. Now she are pitiful. What
mhm.
is the point of all the work and all the labor of your life when the two children that God has blessed you with see what they happen right before your eyes?
Yes.
Ah, it's something that is, oh my God.
Mhm.
It's just
Terrible. All right. Thank you,
anyway, thank
Auntie
you so
B.
much.
About
My love to your family. Thank your husband for me for not
just
being
as well.
angry that you are engaging with us. God will bless your home. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my husband said, "Oh yeah, continue, continue." I have to call him. I said, "Yes, so please, let me. I'm just giving. Go do your research. I'm going into the room to have this conversation." All right.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys.
Bye. God bless you. Thank you so much for the information. Wow. I'm sending prayers and love to his mom. Bill, thank you so much, my brother. You do well.
No shaking. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
the
Thank
opportunity
you.
for the interaction.
I don't say you
It
go
is
be
well.
good dad because you go
No,
balance
no,
that,
no, no, no,
you go
no be
balance
power
that
now.
thing out.
It's not
You go
by
balance her
power.
out because even sometimes when women they weak, because some women they weak in
Mm-hmm.
terms of discipline. When you still get a partner where they firm, now go balance her out. You
It's not by
understand?
power. It's not by might.
Mhm.
It's just
Because not be
God's will.
everybody they feel they firm like that. Some people know they firm. Like someone like
Right.
me, I know they firm. I'm not gonna lie. I know they firm like that. I try, I know Sabi. I know they firm. All my
I
guys are like this. All my as I did this so when I did this so he try. My
It is
children
well.
get my mumu button.
It
I
is
don't
well.
try.
It's always good. Please, we are not just as I'm living here for joining the comment session. Um, I still reiterate, it's not about nobody say be hard on kids. No, don't do that. Show them love and everything, but make your kids understand that you will never support bad thing. Once
Yes,
they
so
are able to understand that,
mm-hmm.
I don't even believe in smacking kids. Personally, I don't. Even
No,
my
there are other ways now. There are
yeah,
other
there are other
ways.
ways.
That one
Like
is even
for instance,
olden days.
if you claim to bigger than me and you cannot live in the same house. You understand me? If you claim to be too big, let's see. As far as I'm feeding you, you are under my roof. Yes, I know the government say don't touch you, but however, you are still under me. So if you claim that you are too big, because
If you
I've
do
seen,
anyhow,
if
you
you
go
do
see
anyhow,
anyhow.
you say
You go
anyhow,
see anyhow.
e go pay me, oh, but as they pay me, you the pikin no go know say even this punishment why I put you, they pay me, but I'll just have to do it looking at the future. So because I'm saving you, because I believe one day will come when you grow up and have more sense, you will not say, Jesus, my dad was, whom I thought was being harsh, was even somebody that, so we
You
show
thank God.
love,
You thank God for it.
and that's it.
You
All
look
right,
back
take
and
care,
you
Auntie
thank
B.
God. Thank
Yeah,
you, Bill.
bye.
Okay, let's take some other calls. I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Obedient.
Obi,
You know see una running mate say go do video wait for the exercise. Not this nothing. Now una go delete Tinubu last now go delete it. Tension go
he
delete
go
Tinubu.
delete on your own. No, nobody send a message. Now we
Not
send
this
a
nothing.
pass.
No. Tinubu
Ah,
don't I said
eh,
now tension be this so it's
ah.
very interesting.
In fact,
Mm.
so this man, I wanted to also point out something really quick. There's also inherited bad behavior. That's
Right.
why it's very important, for us to do the best we can to live as much as we can
Mm.
well, good, leave good names behind, and
Mm.
leave good, have good attitudes about stuff, because this thing also, it can be in the DNA, where
Yes.
you don't, and that you don't know when the person, you don't know who will carry the picking when go born, when that affects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's also very important to measure your actions. Be very careful what you do. Be very careful about the words you say, how you say them, who you offend. I know you cannot always be perfect. That's why we have God, right? That's why we can always go back and, ask for repentance and make things right when we can. But this is also a very loud reminder. This thing, they did DNA. No amount, sometimes, you like you pray, you like you fast. If that thing is going to um come out, because the poison has to come out, you pray that it is not a child that will come in the future that will come and live out this. You don't know. I'm just saying. This is just something that I thought about, right? Because I've heard about it.
Mm.
I've heard where elders have said those types of things, and I've seen it play out too. So
So you're
let's
saying
be
sometimes it's genetic.
genetic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's in the DNA. Somebody in the generation don't do something,
Mm-hmm.
okay? When it come
Mm-hmm.
the reports now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure when you look at your own family, sometimes there are favors you experience now. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
man, these things
Mm-hmm.
just happen naturally for you. You don't know why. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
has paid the price long before you were
Mm-hmm.
born, that you are
Mm-hmm.
now enjoying. That's why I'm speaking. It's deep, but this is where I'm coming from. So the
Mm-hmm.
same way, if you, for instance, another example is like in America, for instance, there's some people who back in the day, like their ancestors were they were always fighting wars in Europe, or these western countries. They were always
Mm-hmm.
fighting war. They lost a lot of men during the war and all of that. When they will come born children, there's some children when they say, when they born them, to they delete people, go they hungry them.
Hmm.
E dey their DNA, so they must do am. Then
Hmm.
some dey when be say their ancestors na they dey use people take chop, as in they dey chop people,
Now,
you know
why
what I
is
mean.
it to break ancestral spirits and.
Exactly,
Now, sometimes that
exactly.
prayer of breaking ancestral spirits and a good prayer,
Yes,
deliverance prayers to break some of
yes.
these ancestral curses and things like that.
Yes,
It's
and
not a
also,
joke.
yeah, and it's
Mm.
also an intentional action on your part. You have to also work towards ensuring that you're making sure that you're not falling in that, because some of these things, when they play out, they know why. So you will see some of these, if you notice now, for this our Oyibo world, most people when they
Mm.
do mass, this way they all carry
Mm.
this
Delete
thing go
people.
not them. Now
Mm.
because now waiting they do, so you don't enter DNA. Don't, matter of fact, there's a docu series on Netflix that I refuse to watch because I'm not fit. And they let me something they my subconscious. The man was just gunning for only colored people. You go invite them, you go collect them, use do porridge. He was doing
Okay.
it over and over again. Now they can't
Mm,
trace, they can't, they now did like a history and all of that. But anyway, it's a long story. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there,
now
you know,
sometimes
that
I just be spiritual.
sometimes it might,
Mm,
yeah, it might come from that. So you
mm.
gotta, everything is not as it seems, like I said. But anyway, I rest after
Thank
this.
you. Thank you, Omoye. I appreciate your contribution. It
Love
is
you.
well. Now, another
Sure, it
aspect
is.
to consider with that. Yeah, love you too,
Yeah,
darling. Yeah, God
yeah.
bless you. Thank
All
you.
right, you too. Bye.
Yeah. See, King's Kid, was it King's Kid when they talk about in children? I'm just going to say, I see a lot of people are showing you love in the comment section. Please take heart. Yeah. Don't give up yet, though. Don't give up yet because sometimes, in life, people have challenges in different ways. Some people, now marriage go be their challenge. Delay. Some people will marry early. They won't have children on time. That is their own delay. You see our darling Uzo just now that was just being teary and emotional because of her journey to motherhood, which is very, very personal to her and is very valid. You see, she talked briefly about how, she was having, miscarriages before she finally had a baby. To God be the glory. Some people will even have a longer time to wait. Some people, they will marry early, they will have children early. It's their children gone that the enemy will be attacking. So, hey, life is no balance. Make I just talk as Nigerians they talk am. But there is nothing God cannot do. If you believe in the power of God, you know that there is God, nothing God cannot do. So don't worry, your children they are smoking igbo now today. People like Boris Johnson and all those people that became prime minister in this country, all of them don't smoke igbo in the past. So don't give up. They will be okay. Don't give up. Just continue to pray for them. There will be a turnaround. Okay? They will even see the igbo side, they go dey run. And they will still achieve their full potentials. Now, different areas of life. I'm trying to tell you from a spiritual point of view that the enemy attacks people from different areas. Different areas. Some people go there brilliant. They sabi book pass anything. They will go school, all the school. Come out, no job. Some people do obodo all these years. Other people they go come obodo they go the people go they have them, they go give their name, Baba London, Baba America. They write stories about them. You now, wow, this person go, see what he do. This person go, see what he do. What you do. Life is very complex, so life is very, very complex. It is complicated. It is spiritual. And the Bible tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power. Some of you are not spiritual, so you might not get what I'm saying, but I'm only talking to Christians now. So, King's Kid, I'm just taking this minute to encourage you. Don't give up. Your children are not lost yet. We don't see some Igbo na small thing now. They do the one pass Igbo. But today, they are the ones that are even taking children away from that lifestyle. They are the ones that they are counselors, they are youth leaders. They stand in the community, they use their own life as testimony. You will testify by the grace of God. If you are a Christian, hold on to God. He will never leave you, will never forsake you. The children that God has given to us, the promise is that they are for signs and wonders. And that promise, now me, they hold on to every day. The journey might not be smooth. You have issues here and there, complications here and there, but we are assured because we know that we serve a living God. So that was for you, my brethren in the lodge. Okay, make I leave my preaching mode now. Take more calls. This time around, I'm going to run through it because we have a studio full. Aderonke, you are next. Good evening. Welcome. Hello, can you hear me? You are muted.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. Where are you
Hi,
joining us from?
I'm joining from the UK. This is the first time I'm calling into the show and to be.
Thank
Um,
you.
I just wanted to say thank you so much. What everybody has said this evening is very apt. I can totally understand, and there is no one size fits all with regards to raising children. But I think where it sort of hits home for me and for why I called this evening is also the fact that I'm a pediatric nurse and I sort of specialize more in children with complex health needs. I
Thank you.
think I just wanted to sort of call in to also raise the awareness to African, more specifically Nigerian parents, on delayed presentation of children that are presenting with complex needs or have I don't know how to put it. I'm a bit nervous, but I
It's
just
okay.
wanted
It's
to put,
okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
I just
Just
wanted to put
calm
that
down.
awareness. I wanted
Yeah,
to
just
put that
calm down.
awareness out there
Yeah.
to
I
just
mean, look at yourself. I don't care that you are a professional, you got experience, you got knowledge that you are
yeah,
sharing with us. So you don't
yeah,
need to be nervous. Yeah.
yeah.
We are
So
here to
yeah,
learn.
so
Mm.
So yes, I just want to put that awareness out there that,
Mm-hmm.
like we've said, some things can be spiritual, but there are some things as parents as well that we can actually intervene early with regards to raising children. For example, the caller that said about, during COVID and a child having a lot of screen time, and
Yeah.
she could notice that, there was some delay or there was a way the child was reacting. And I'm
Yeah.
talking from a personal experience as well, where we overlook stuff as parents,
Yeah.
in relation to what Bio has also said
Mm-hmm.
about, the pain that we go through as mothers, how we've brought up these children, or the pain that the labor pain. When you think about that alone, you
Mm-hmm.
might not want to just, you don't want to discipline your child. But I
Yeah.
think, there are some traits and there are some behaviors that our children shows. And being a professional as well, the late presentation of children with these severe um, abnormalities, that
Mm-hmm.
actually we need to raise that awareness within our Black community as
Yeah.
to, for them to come forward. It's not a disease. And
Yeah.
we have a lot of children out there that experience similar issues. And like I said, I have a personal experience close to home where a family member was in so much denial. And the later you leave it to present that child to seek help,
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult to then manage those behaviors. It's difficult
Yeah.
because it's then gotten to a stage where it's out of control. And I
Why do
think
you
that was
think why do you think Nigerians, especially, and most African parents are always in denial about when a child has developmental delays or mental health? Why do you think we are in so much denial about it?
I think it's like what we've been saying right from the beginning of this show. It's how we feel that we ought to be seen in our society. How
Mm-hmm.
we rely so much on people's validation.
Mm-hmm.
We don't actually seek help for ourselves and be truthful with ourselves. And
Yeah.
I think,
Stigma is
yeah,
the
the
stigma.
stigma is the
Stigma is the
stigma
big
of,
one.
yes, what will people say,
People say.
or yes, and you can clearly see that your child is showing some certain behaviors or
Mm-hmm.
doing something that's not appropriate, or they need the help that they need, or even as little as speech and language therapy. You will
Yeah.
see parents that are, delayed presentation. It's a
Yeah.
lot, and I saw that sort of resonated with me, and I just wanted to share this on this platform, that if there's anyone out there with a
Mm-hmm.
complex needs child, with a child with learning difficulties, it's not the end of the world. And the
Mm-hmm.
earlier you seek help for them, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously this can affect them in later life, and it's then becomes very difficult to manage and to help the child. and
Yeah.
and that's what I thought I would share with us this evening. Thank you
And
very
the
much for taking
earlier
my
you
call.
seek, thank you so much. And the
Yeah.
earlier you seek help, the better at getting that child to engage in treatment and whatever
Yes.
is available out there to help them to be better, to
To help
improve.
them, yes. And we and I know you're also a social worker, Auntie B. We hear stories about Victoria Columbia. We hear Baby P. Not everything is spiritual. I'm a
Yeah.
Christian. I believe some things can be spiritual, but
Mm-hmm.
not everything is spiritual. And the
Mm-hmm.
earlier we sort of intervene in matters of, because obviously if you learn child development, you
Yeah.
would know that things are better treated and caught very early. And when there's early intervention, there can be improvement.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Please call
Thank you.
again. I really appreciate your call and I enjoyed talking to you, Aderunke. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, we have a nurse in the building who deals with children with, some learning issues and development issues. Please, over the farm, If you are enjoying this conversation, you notice that we shifted from the story of Charles now to talking about parenting generally, right? I think this is more beneficial. So please give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the conversation and you are learning and you think this will help somebody out there. If you are a parent and you notice anything, maybe your pikin don't reach 3 years and they cannot say baba, mama, mommy, or they are behaving, maybe you notice, as a parent you will notice because you know now the way children are supposed to be. If anything is off that you notice, go to your doctor immediately. Don't hide it and be praying inside the house. Churches people have a way of doing that, all this spiritual gym. Don't do that. Oh, if you live in the diaspora, even in Nigeria, there are speech therapists in Nigeria. There are child development experts in Nigeria. There are occupational therapists in Nigeria. Please get help, seek help so that they can help the child. I remember when my children were very young, the last Toby and the brother. I know a lady here in the UK. We're friends because I met most of my friends I had then at the school gates because we used to have children the same age. And one of them, the daughter, they became big, very big. Nagelo. I go dey ask her, say, what do they feed this pikin? He too big for her age. In the class, she was the biggest. You know, the other children look like maybe 4, 5 years. She look like 10 years. I tell her, say, this pikin, and she know they talk. She know they talk. She won't say a word. You go say, no, he quiet, he quiet. I say, no, this one not be quiet. This pikin supposed to don dey talk. Take her to the GP. May they find out. They'll say, ah, no, he did all right. Nothing do. I just like food. He just like food. Then make am big. I say, no, this one not be saying like food. There's something wrong. Africans, I don't know what they do as Nigerians especially. Spiritual gym, oh, yeah, there plenty. Eventually, she took the girl to the doctor. They noticed that she had some delay. She had speech delay. Speech therapy, everything. Today, the girl talk past parrots. Parrots, no talk, Richard. Imagine if she didn't seek help. So please, let us do the needful. Very, very important. We have resources around us. Africans are the ones that use the resources available the least. We know they use them. We don't. We won't go to the doctor. We will not go until we want the least. We don't go hospital. Mm-mm. We don't use the resources available. And when it comes to this issue of discipline, when I came to the diaspora, I always wonder, say, wow, Oyibo children want me they see they go they behave well. British children, their parents know they know they beat them. Why they behave well if not beating they really correct behavior? Maybe that's why me I'm not too big on that. Because I always wonder, you go see they know they shout, they talk small. They will almost they whisper. If you they you know they will hear what they talk, but you see them, they behave well. So that means there's something that we need to learn in terms of parenting too. I reject it. Now so Bio, they will say I reject it, I cancel it. They will say it's not my portion. Oh my god, Bio, you know the language. Barry, you're welcome, my darling. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Auntie. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
And I was actually talking to somebody in our group in the Obodoyibo group about uh parenting a couple of days ago, and um it's not enough to just have your kids at home or you're running a tight ship. Um, your kids can even be in the same house with you and still go astray.
Yes.
A lot of kids these days spend 80-90% of their times in their rooms
Mm-hmm.
on computers
Mm-hmm.
playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
If you see the kind of video games that kids play these days, and the what this guy, the Stephen guy, did also has a video game where you go around like shooting people, robbing people, and over time these things become normal in their eyes. They become numb to
They
it
ought to ban
completely.
some of those games. I'm telling you.
Yes.
All those video
And
games, they ought to ban them.
yes, and you as at an early age you see them having
Choose
TVs
your
in their
words.
room,
Yeah.
TVs in their rooms, and it's good to have their computer, but it's really really good. It's also good to always check on your kids whenever they're in their room. Sometimes tell them to come outside. If you want to do their homework, sit down in the dining and
Mm,
do their, because, and I am very very I don't want to use the word, the best word should be, I should use is concerned, when a
mm.
kid will just stay in their room all day and the only time you see them come out is maybe they're
To
hungry, they
take
come out,
food.
grab something from the fridge and they
Yeah.
run back into their room and they stay
Oh,
in there.
yes. Let me tell you something, Barry. You brought that up now. During the pandemic, unfortunately, an incident happened in London. Yeah. He's a Nigerian. The boy was raised by a single parent mom who was working round the clock, obviously, to pay bills and everything. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, she didn't have much face to face time with him. Very
yeah,
sad. The boy is
yeah,
very quiet.
yeah,
According to when we start hearing about him, very quiet, doesn't talk. The mom say he's always in his room, he doesn't come out. Me, hey, if I badge enter their room, mom, I say, I beg waiting. What do you have that I don't have? I might be naked. I say, not be me bath you. I beg.
yeah, yeah.
But you
And
know what?
yeah.
Happened? That boy deleted himself.
Oh wow, you see.
He left the house and only him went to the bush. He
Oh
made
wow.
really, he made headlines during the pandemic.
Yeah, I think you talked about it even in
I
this
did.
group some
Yes,
time
I
ago.
did.
I do remember that show.
Yes,
I
I
do
did.
remember
He
it.
was suffering from only God knows what. I don't know. Maybe it's mental health, maybe it's breakdown. I don't know, whatever. But the boy was suffering. He couldn't take
Yeah.
it anymore.
Yeah. And what a lot of people like, the world is changing very, very rapidly, in the sense that these kids now make friends online, virtual
Oh,
friends, and these are
yes.
like
Oh,
real
yes.
people in different locations.
And
They
some of the friends
interact
they
with
make
these
are not
people.
kids, they are
Ye-
adults disguising as
yes.
kids. You know how dangerous that is?
Yeah, and that's the thing. So sometimes we think it is the friend that we see at school. It is
Hmm.
the friend that is in the neighborhood. They have friends online, and those friends online even have more influence than
They do.
those
Oh.
who are
They do.
outside.
Oh.
So that
Hmm.
is why we should pay much more concern when you see your kids spending so much time. Bring them out. I remember my own parents. My
Especially if you
parents.
have boys, this is a call to dads.
Yes.
Dads need to step up. Most of the parenting is being done by mom, even in families where there are two parents. Barry, I kid you not. A lot of dads are not involved. They are not involved in parenting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dads needs to step up. You gotta
Yeah.
step up, especially if you have sons.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Auntie, thank you. That was the point I wanted to make. I have a cold right now that I have to take care of quickly.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Take
sweetheart.
care.
God bless you. You made a very, very strong point. Yeah. What is their social media, internet, online engagement? What are they doing? Who are they talking to? You will never know. You won't know. How will you know who they are talking to? But at least, as much as they are talking to people, let them talk to you too. Let them talk to you because children, they can easily be enticed. If I go and tell my children, I say, don't talk to people you don't know. Who are you talking to? Don't go and meet everybody. They look at me and say, Mom, I know. I say, no. I want to reiterate it, whether you know or not. Me, I'm telling you now. If somebody tell you, come and meet me somewhere, don't try it. Oh, it might be an adult. That is how people disappear. They don't see them anymore. I put the fear. Sometimes I put the fear of God in them. It's not an easy thing, my people. Juggling, work-life balance, parenting. Oh, Obodo life tough. Baby, welcome.
Sis B,
Mm,
evening. I saw this news a while ago, and it just triggered a few things for me. And where this guest that you had online that pretty much shine some light into
mm,
this scenario.
mm,
It's I think that there are many issues that were happening with this boy and his brother that were unaddressed.
mm-hmm,
From all appearances, they look like a family that is doing well, but I think that they needed help in a lot
mm,
of ways.
mm-hmm,
And instead of it's just our normal way of handling situations. Instead
mm-hmm,
of getting professional help, we will go to pastor, we will go here, we will go there. I mean, these two boys were already in criminal activity when they were young, if I get what the guest was saying correctly. And the younger brother passed. So, I mean, all of this, the parents involved should have tried to get them help to understand what is triggering their need
This behavior.
to join groups, because sometimes kids want to belong. And sometimes with boys, what I see when they join groups or gangs, they need a strong father figure. They don't have it. So even if there's no father figure at home, you can get a mentor, you can get a family friend, you can get a
Where's the
colleague,
time when parents is
somebody,
busy working?
but somebody that they can talk to as boys, somebody that is trusted, that they can, because most of these boys that join gangs, they don't have direction. And then also, grief triggers a lot of emotions. People handle grief in so many different ways. This guy lost probably his only brother, his only support system in life. He may have a mother, but
They are not so close. They are not
exactly.
so close. No, they can never
So,
be so close. Children
so
are closer to each other than their parents.
exactly.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
Your
And
children know things about one another that you will
that
never
you will
know.
never know.
Never.
And grief sometimes makes people give up on a lot. Honestly, they may carry on going on with life, but there's anger somewhere, and they have to express it. And this
Even
one's
his
already,
face, self. If you look at his face, he looks
he's
angry.
angry.
He looks
Yes,
angry. He looks depressed.
yes.
He
I
looks
have
like he doesn't give a flying F.
damn exactly. And
Yeah.
grief can do that to you. Grief can do. I've gone through grief before, and if you don't get the help that you need, it will do that to you. And also, we also discount the place of pathological behaviors, right? When kids also start these criminal behaviors from very small, it shows that there's something else going on, either emotionally or mentally. This guy probably didn't even need this money. The places he was robbing now, tutu kobo kind of places.
That's what BO was saying now. That
Exactly.
now is all the places he was robbing is not even big time money.
It's
We
not
see
big
the
time
gas
money.
station,
Tutu
small
tutu
small
kobo.
tobacco shops, supermarkets, and all those small
Yes.
small places.
Tutu kobo places. So it shows that it's not even somewhere it doesn't even make sense.
Seems like it was his own way of dealing with the pain.
Yes.
It was coping with that.
Yes, he's coping with something.
Baby, what I was thinking is that because he kept at it for so long, it's almost like he wanted to be caught.
Yes. He wanted to be caught. And you see, there are some people there, they do things for the thrill too.
Yes.
When they get away with it once, they say, wow, I got away with
The
it.
adrenaline will be pumping.
Exactly. They need that adrenaline. And in a time of grief, sometimes you are so numb that you want to feel something. So that is what I am getting from this. I think this guy needed help, and the people that should have at least, that were around him, that should have asked him, "Are you okay?" Sometimes we should ask people, "Are you doing okay?" Especially when they are going through something. Do you need help? A lot of guys always try to pass it off, but everybody suffers when there's grief. And then when there's emotional issues from home or something that they've been relying on each other to prop each other up, now he has nobody. So it's very strange. It's not somebody that was in need of this money. So, I mean, this guy needs help from what I can see. Even in his look, normal Niger person, if you do something bad, when you go there,
He go
the
bend
eye
down
go
in
red.
face.
The
He
eye
not
go,
even bend down in face. He look the camera
he
straight
don't
as if you
care.
wanna see me. Are they here?
He's like he's
He not even
gone
hide in
inside.
face.
He's like he's gone inside. There's nothing.
Child. I believe strongly since when I heard that his younger brother, something happened to the younger brother, I
Yes.
say something is broken in this guy.
Yes.
now I make the even what I was, preparing to share before everything. I mean, it changed the narrative because
Yes.
our the farm that came and Olivia that knows them that came and told us about the situation. She didn't even know. It was from this show she found out that this thing has happened.
Mhm.
She didn't even know that the boy, she was
So
supposed to be in the wedding and all that. Oh my God.
please, if you are going through grief, that's just my point that I wanted to
Mm,
drop. If you think that it's prolonged, if you experience prolonged grief, just try to get help.
mm.
Sometimes easy as talking to someone.
And men are not good at getting
They are
help
not good
anyway.
at it.
Men don't even like to go to GP.
They are not good at it.
They will not even go.
And then there's also the mental health aspect of some people are pathological
Yeah.
thieves.
Mm-hmm.
They are kleptomaniacs. We have them in our government. They just thief things when no just make sense.
This one makes sense. Now money they thief.
Now money they thief. But the ones in our government, they go thief. They go thief for, in fact,
Which
what they don't.
government you they talk about, baby? We don't spoil matter. I
No,
beg,
no,
leave
no.
matter.
I
Which
say, I
which
say,
government?
I say for Niger government, we get them.
Not be money that they thief. What that
Now
they
money
thief
that
pass
they
money
thief.
for the Niger government?
This one too, they thief now. But the thing, what I'm saying, my point is, there are some people that just are inclined to just go and take what doesn't belong to them. They are inclined to be kleptomaniacs. There are different sides to this,
I agree
right?
with you, but I'm more inclined. I mean, I'm leaning towards your first has happened. He was in pain, so I'm leaning more towards your first
Okay.
submission about him. But whatever it is, we will never know. We are just speculating here. But whatever it is, you know what? My prayer is to his mom that God will heal her heart. God will uphold her. That God will see her through. Thank you so much, baby. I need to move on because of time. Very quickly, guys, please, if I'm adding you because of the number of people on the studio, just quickly in the first 3 minutes, say what you have to say so that I can add other people. Lara George. Is this the real Lara George or another one?
Hello.
Hello, yeah, Lara George.
Hello. It's not the no. It's just a
It's
phone.
not that Lara George, the musician.
No.
Is this your real name?
Yeah, it
Ah,
is.
okay, nice to meet you. Where are you joining us from, Lara George?
I'm joining you from UK. I live in Essex.
All right, what's in your mind?
Basically, to be quite honest, I just feel that this thing is a spiritual thing. It's just something that the parents probably don't know because, like you said, they go to a Catholic church, and this is much more stronger than just going to a Catholic church.
Why do you think it's spiritual?
What the guy, I mean, like, what has happened to them, both the
Mm,
first child and the second child?
yes.
Like someone said, obviously, from this our Africa where we come from, especially Nigeria, the fact that
Mm,
they're here, they're doing well, these are the kind of things that people do go through. But because they're here, they don't pay
mm,
attention to the spiritual side of things. It could be
mm.
something that they put on these kids just to shape.
No, I don't
That's
know.
number one.
I
Then,
don't believe it. Let me bring Uncle Patrick in because he's the man of God.
okay.
Uncle Patrick,
My sister,
Lara said this is pure juju. They put it on them. That is spiritual. Do you agree? Welcome, sir.
well, it might, but I'm looking at the other way around. I've
Mm-hmm.
had I've had a case like that. Parents
Okay.
should be very careful. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying the parents are aware, but I knew of a parent that I know very well.
Mm-hmm.
They knew what their son was doing until the thing backfired.
Really? That's what Bill was saying about that small experience he had with his girlfriend back in the day. Mm-hmm.
Yes, some parents will even go to the extent of helping the son or the daughter to hide their story. It got in wet.
Really?
Yes. If a parent,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you an example. If a parent could be telling the son there's a doctor that is clearing an underage, that waiting I never see. You know what I mean? Some
Mm-hmm.
parents are like that.
Hmm.
I'm not saying these parents knew, but they may know. The first son got deleted. They may know.
So you are
And this,
saying it's not spiritual, it's not likely to be
it
spiritual.
could be spiritual and may not be spiritual.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Hold that thought, Uncle. Hold that thought, bro.
Can I
I,
quickly?
Lara,
I
go
know some
on.
Catholic that
You,
are
I
very.
think you've angered a lot of Catholics in the comment section, Lara, about your.
Oh, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
They are not
No, I
happy
think
with you because you are basically saying that their prayers is weak.
no. I'm just saying that sometimes some problems are harder, are more. I don't know.
Uzo is spiritual, is Catholic too, and you know Uzo is passionate. Don't let Uzo come after you.
I'm
I'm
really
joking.
sorry.
I'm joking.
Let me just quickly chip in this as well. I mean, like, if I can use myself as an example, yeah, I'm a single parent. I've got a 24-year-old, and when I had my son,
You have a 24 years old.
yeah, and
You
when I
don't even sound like you are 24
even
yourself.
if you see me, you would not believe it.
Honestly, you sound like a kid.
And when his father abandoned us, what actually happened was that when he was 5 years old, because I was born here, but obviously I
Mhm,
was raised in Nigeria, like most
mhm,
parents did in those days when our parents came to read. And then I came back when I was 23. So our
mhm,
mentality is totally different from those who were born here,
mhm,
raised here. So when
mhm,
I had my son, and I realized that, look, I'm going to be the one to raise this boy on his own. At the
mhm.
time, I used to live in a council flat. And the environment itself, number one, I thought to myself, I never knew I was going to born a child in this kind of environment. How
Yeah.
am I going to bring him up? I wouldn't want him to be, I mean, like, I won't want, now that I'm going to have to work for two, even though I had a good job at the time, but still, the fact that I wasn't raised that way, I had both parents, they're always there for me. I wouldn't want a situation where I'll be dropping my child here and there, here and there. Long story short, I just decided to, I thought, he's still a little boy. I'm going to work hard and I'm going back to Nigeria because even the help and everything, I really needed it.
You've called before, haven't you, Lara?
Have
I
I?
think I've heard this story before.
Story
Yeah.
before. Anyway,
Yes.
I took him to Nigeria. I brought him up in Nigeria, just like they did with me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, he spent 10 years in Nigeria. I made sure he went to good school. I was able to concentrate and everything. And now today, I mean, like, it's not just the educational side of things. He's a strong Christian. He's just graduated. He
Mm.
graduated
Well
20.
done. Well done. You did
Yeah.
well. That was a very, very good decision. I'm sure it wasn't
Yes.
easy for you to make it, but you did.
It wasn't even an idea. My idea wasn't, because some people, what they'll do, they'll leave their children there, put them in a
And
boarding
then and then they'll come back here. Yeah.
school.
But
It's not.
I'm wondering why you think this is spiritual. That's the part I want to get to. Why do
Well,
you think
when
this is
you
a spiritual?
there are some things that sometimes when they happen to you, and they become like
Yes.
a
Yeah,
pattern,
where the car?
something that
Yeah, where the car is.
constantly you're experiencing the same thing. It doesn't have to be something like this alone. It could be
Mm,
anything. It could be things
mm,
failure at the edge of breakthrough. And every
mm,
time this thing happens, maybe it's a pattern of 3 months, or maybe like
mm,
pregnancy, you just
mm,
having like miscarriages every time. I'm telling you, if you're really a spiritual person, or you go to,
mm.
or you join these prayer lines like this NSPP, they'll lecture you. You know, I had to go to MFM at a point when I was in Nigeria as well. That's where my eyes opened to all these things that we keep on facing constantly for
But
no.
everything is not spiritual. We have problems like this in the community in the West here,
Yeah,
and
but
they don't go to spiritual churches.
no. You know what? You know the difference, because a lot of people say that they don't pay attention to their spiritual side of things. It happens to them, but they don't pay attention. Even just before coming on to you now, I was on YouTube, and I saw a short, and it was this white girl, 23 years old, that has a brain tumor. They've only given her few days left, and everybody's now running around. They said they should donate for her and this and that. And as an African person, mine was just, if they can believe, because I've seen these things happen, even though
Mm,
I can't really validate whether But I
It's
know that
spiritual or not. So you're thinking basically is that it could be spiritual,
I
but you
think,
were also saying that because of the branch of Christianity that they belong to, they are Catholics,
yeah,
that they might
Catholics
not
are not
be able
into
to
those.
experience the kind of spiritual breakthrough they
Well,
need. Why do
yeah,
you say that?
because like I said as well, I mean, like recently that I joined this, because initially I was doubting this NSPVD or whatever. But when I started seeing the way the testimonies that kept on coming up and everything, there's this particular person where in a household of like five, there's only
Okay, there's no need for to recap the testimonies here. A lot of people
so
here watch
when, yeah.
NSPT.
So
Yeah.
when you see something like that, at a point you will know that no,
Mm.
this can't be normal. The first person died, the second died, the third died, the fourth died. It's just one person left. You have to check yourself that what is going on here. And if you're spiritually weak, you might just think, oh, maybe it's just God's will. What is God's will? God is not God.
NSDP, is it NSPPD or
D, yeah,
NSDPCs?
NSP.
Some people like to share those videos with me. I told
Yeah,
somebody,
a lot of
I
people do.
said, I'm going to block you if you keep sharing
Yeah,
those videos with me.
everybody does that. I was like that at a point
Don't
in
share it
time.
with me. I didn't ask you to share it with me.
A lot of people do that, but eventually. So what I'm just trying,
Because he keeps telling you guys to share. I do watch it. I'm not going to lie to you, Lara. I do watch it. I do. Not every day,
yeah,
like religiously, like yourself or other people, but I do watch it from time to time because prayer is good.
yeah,
Sometimes you need something to ginger you to pray.
yeah.
But don't share it with me. I didn't ask you to because he keeps telling people to share, to share, to
That's
share.
one thing I
So
don't do. Sister B, one thing with me is it's only what my spirit tells me to do. I don't share every day. I don't even share. And I don't donate. I do not donate every day because I'm thinking, how come every single day? And then you've got different countries, things like that. I will not do because God will not judge me based
you
on
are praying with them and you don't want to donate. Why are you being like that? That you need to pay your tithes now.
no, not every day. No, no, I have my own church before I even got to know him.
Yeah, but you
Initially,
need to donate occasionally or pay your tithe or
occasionally, but not
something.
every single day. That's what I'm trying to say to
No,
you.
not daily, of course not. Not
Because they do
daily. If
it
you
daily.
donate once in a month, that's okay.
Exactly. They do it daily.
Because you are getting your breakthrough and you are here testifying to what God is doing on the
So
platform.
I
So
don't do it
that
daily. And even before I even joined them, I'm a prayerful person. And God has
mm,
done so many things without me even joining NS that people can even see. So to me,
mm,
I'm not boasting or anything. I'm not saying I'm much more powerful, but I don't even have to
yeah.
join NSPP to believe that there's a God because He's done
Of
so
course,
much.
there's a God. We all agree on that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lara. I agree. I appreciate your call. Do call again. Hmm?
Will do. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, my darling. But when you call again, leave Catholics alone. No, don't let them call for you. Uzo is here. Oh. Bio is here. Oh. Bio is Catholic. There are so many Catholics here. If you try anything against Catholic, they will come for you. Bio almost was a Heron father. Bio, that matter that you didn't finish that school that you went to, now Kere will not let you become Reverend father today now. I'm very sure it's Kerewa. All those girls don't let you rest now. Why you are not? That's why you are not a priest today now. Every time you go, they tell us how you go to seminary school. Imagine you didn't finish. Kerewa no let you see. Robert Patrick Jare, sorry sir. Carry on.
No problem. I kind of look at it. This guy is a grown-up guy at 29. And he's
Yes,
about to get married. He's just
he's
gotten
married.
married.
Yeah, he got married. Yeah.
So, and the Catholic I knew before I left Nigeria, so they are prayerful now.
Oh yes, that's
They-
charismatic. Charismatic is stronger than
yes,
Pentecostal self.
charismatic. That's the
Oh
word.
yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Charismatic one are very prayerful.
Mm.
And that's what parent does.
Even the normal Catholic, to be honest, they are prayerful. It's just that it's not. Let me tell you, Brother Patrick, Emma Binusa, it's just that when we as Christians we discriminate a lot. Okay, so because I go to a white garment church, some people see me as not a Christian, that I'm going to whatever they call it. So even the traditional Catholics, not that they didn't pray, it's just that the way they prayed is different from the way some Pentecostal churches pray. So to them, that is lame prayer. God doesn't answer that prayer. But when Christ gave us an example of prayer, it was the Lord's prayer. So who is going to sit down and now say that is the judge of prayer, that the way the traditional Catholics were praying is not effective? Because the prayer point that Jesus Christ gave us was only the Lord's prayer, which was very simple, straightforward. We learnt it in primary school. We can quote it. So I don't think there's anything wrong in whether it's the traditional one, charismatic, whatever branch you belong to, it is for you to know your God. And doctrine might be different. Prayer line or what prayer point or the way we pray might be different, but I don't like to discriminate. It's not good. It doesn't help Christianity.
Overall, Auntie B, Nigerians pray a lot, whether Catholic, Kerubos, they pray a lot. So it is those that
Hmm.
doesn't know anything that will be judging. People pray a lot, even in their closets,
Yes, they do.
because they know what they are going through. You don't have to be in
Mm.
church. You don't have to go to one pastor. People pray a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yes, every minute they will believe in God a lot in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So coming back to this guy's case, I was troubled when I saw
Mm.
him, even looking at his face, So this guy has underlying issue,
Bro Patrick, did you hear that his younger brother, they deleted him in America?
I had,
Hmm.
I know he has underlying issue. So the parent will be aware.
Hmm.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. And I told you, I know people that, yes, they were aware until the thing blew up.
Hmm.
And Nigeria do a lot of stuff in the obodooyinbo.
Mm-hmm.
Not only this one, we only see it. People do a lot of stuff to send stuff back to Nigeria. You don't know what they are doing.
Mm.
Yes, Nigeria, even Chicago, Nigeria stole it. They carry, they steal somebody's car and they export it.
But this guy is born in the US, so he's not a Nigerian
I
per
know,
se.
I know the background. I'm just talking. I
Mm.
know. So, the parents has a role to play. I'm not saying, they may be doing something, but I'm very optimistic that
Mm.
they have a clue of what is going on. And like the lady that first spoke said and was saying she knew them, that
Mm.
the brother got deleted because of the gang or whatever.
Activities.
Yes. So they
Activities.
knew something is happening. They knew something is going on. Nobody would
Mm.
tell me they don't have a clue. Should just be praying for them. It's not a good
Mm.
news. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. It's not. It's sad.
Yes.
It's sad, especially because these are the only two children she has, Brother Patrick. Ah,
And I know.
it's heartbreaking. It's very, very sad. Honestly, I feel so sorry for that, for those parents, the mom and the dad, especially the mom. Ah, all their labor in America, everything. These children are their hopes and their dreams, as it is for most parents.
And
Just look
B,
at this.
there's a phase you get to in life. Just like the face you are now, the face I am now. It's going to be our children. We'll be praying for them that they should just go to husband now. As soon as they are married again, that's another prayer.
Yes, yes,
When they are in
yes.
university, you'll be praying for them. That's what
Yes,
parents
so prayer
does.
never stop. You even start praying for them now about their marriage, the
That's what
kind
I'm
of person they
saying.
will marry. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was talking
Mm-hmm.
to one of my daughters. We even bring say, I'm dating. So what do you mean you are dating? He said, well, I do online dating. Am I not in this world? I've been going on. I was just thinking about it this morning. Now I'm doing
Mm.
online dating. How many people, some kids might even tell you, well, I'm not going to date in London. London men are not serious. If you want to say, what
Yeah.
is this guy talking about?
Mm.
Where is have you brought somebody? So you intensify your prayer as parents.
Mm.
And as parents, we should engage our children.
Absolutely.
Talk to
Absolutely.
them.
I saw you. You are still going to your son's. Is it football? The one you sent to me.
Yes. Why would I go?
As big as he is, you and his mom, you are still going to his
Why
football
not? You know what
games.
we went through?
Hmm.
Yes. All those stubborn kids. He's a smart kid, but he's so stubborn. So you have to be
Yes.
careful with them, my sister.
Yes.
That's
Those.
what
Yeah.
parent does.
That's the thing. All those ones, they're always very smart, very intelligent. You see them sharp like this, eh? If they engage you in conversation, you'll be shocked. But you see, I believe very strongly that sometimes, like that our sister Lara George was saying, sometimes it can be spiritual. Because when the
Yeah.
enemy sees that their star is so bright,
You are right. It could be
it goes to
spiritual.
attack them. The more attack you get, the more glory you have.
Yes. So
When you have really big glory, the enemy is relentless. So I think Lara is coming from a very,
there's always one thing that will draw people to Christ. Yes,
mm,
there's one thing that will draw you to Christ. You know what I'm saying? Even at this son, I go know God. I go they pray. Help me, God.
mm,
You know what I mean? So we should just be praying for them. Thank you,
Thank
Auntie
you,
B. God
sir.
bless you.
Thank you, thank you, Brother Patrick. Really appreciate you, sir. God bless you. Okay, we've done 2 hours plus. Hey, well, I'm sweating. Okay, let's run through this now. Timothy, 3 minutes. Go. Welcome, darling.
Hello, Auntie B. Hello, everyone. Good
Hello,
morning.
hello. You keep
Yeah,
talking
good
like this. You're gonna
evening.
make me fall asleep. Just continue to do that sexy
I'm
voice.
actually feeling sleepy already. I was just about leaving the studios. I just said, let me just hang in there.
Thank you,
Yeah,
darling.
so, oh man, my heart really goes out to this woman, and the family. Yeah, it's
Mm,
really a sad one. I know we've said a whole lot of things, and then, like life no balance things and all of that, but I'm just thinking, like, the brother was killed. Sorry, was deleted. Um, very probably there was something more there. Probably there was something more, but the focus is not about the parents. We don't want to try to scrutinize what happened or what didn't happen.
mm,
It's
mm,
just because I've got 2 boys, and it really got me thinking. And here in England, I've spoken to a couple of younger boys that that came out quite good. I've asked them how was parenting, for experience with their for them when they were much younger. I get advice from everybody, older people, younger people, just to
mm,
see and offer my boys the best. And I just also wanted to use this opportunity to thank the single mothers or single parents, as it were. You guys are doing a great job. Like, you
mm-hmm,
guys are the real MVP, because it's not easy at all.
mm-hmm,
I'm lucky to have a very good husband. He takes so much attention, especially to all the online stuff. They've
mm-hmm.
got a laptop that's linked to my own email, so I tend to know what they download. I tend to know what goes on. But even at that, these boys can be quite tricky. We got,
Ha! They have
we got
ways.
oh, they have
They
their
can
ways.
maneuver. Hey. Hmm.
So we got this CCTV cams, all over the house. So my older
Did you
boy
put
wants,
CCTV in their rooms?
yes, so Auntie B,
You're not allowed to do that, Timothy. You
why
know
not?
that. No, you can't do that. You're invading their privacy. You're invading their privacy. How can you do that? That's extreme. Kilo de.
It was my husband that brought up the idea,
No,
and
no, 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 no. Not in the rooms. Not in the rooms.
and my older boy he'll turn the kind, like, the that face where the main focus, he would turn it to the side, and then my husband was like, oh, he's turned it again.
No, don't. No, no. I don't think it's right, Timothy. Have a talk with your husband. Disconnect it from their room. You need to give them a level of trust. Okay,
Mm,
until they break it. Let them have that, because if you put cameras in their room, it will make them seem as if, okay, you are always watching them, you don't trust them, and you're not going to have them forever. Wait till they
mm,
leave. They are going to leave.
mm. All right,
And if
fair
they
enough.
leave down, they will not say, Shebi, you were watching me since. Okay, this is my time to do whatever. Like, mom and dad are not here. So you need to give them a level of trust to make them understand. I trust you, but do not break my trust. Okay, don't do
Okay.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Ashavs is asking how old they are. They're 8 and 10. So I'm just thinking, like, are they old enough for us to s- take the cameras out or
no,
something
you
like that?
shouldn't even have cameras in the room. No, no, don't have cameras
Mm,
in their rooms. I don't agree with that. Trust
okay.
them. Let them know, because when you tell them that you trust them and you believe in them, it gives them a level of confidence and reassurance, and
Mm,
they will want to please you. They will want to do something not to break your heart. Occasionally, they will break your heart too. I'm not going to guarantee that they will not. Boys are tough, Timothy. I'm not going to
yeah,
lie. They
yeah, they
are,
are.
but
Yeah, yeah. My, my,
you
my
just
boys
you
are.
navigate it as you get along. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
my boys are
navigate it as you
doing
get along.
good.
It's just like,
I won't lie, but
let me tell
sometimes
you
they can be
something
quite,
about
yeah.
parenting. It's like relationship to when you are married. If you
Mm,
constantly you don't trust your partner, you're checking everything, they'll feel like, after all, you're always checking. What's the point? You understand? But
okay.
when you give them a level of security by trusting them until they break your trust, and that's why I often
Mm,
advise women, don't check phones. It's not necessary. Have they done something? You need to trust. Trust is the foundation of every relationship. So
Okay.
Timothy, that one I no agree.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll
No
I'll
police.
speak
Don't
to.
police them. I beg. Leave my boys alone.
Okay. They don't really they don't really stay in their rooms for that long, but they usually
Oh,
stay
they're in boarding school. You
downstairs.
said. Is
No,
are
no,
both of them in secondary school?
no. There's just in primary.
They
My
are still in
my
primary. Hey, oh, they are
yes.
babies. Hey,
Yeah.
oh. What do they even know, Seth, at that age?
Yeah.
They
It's
are
just
still very, very young. Ew, I
yeah.
love them at that age. Wait till they are teenagers. Chai.
Yeah.
When they are
Yeah.
teenagers. And if they, oh, you are very mild. I don't know how your husband is. You are very
Well,
mild manner. Your manner is
I,
very, very.
I didn't know.
But you still get some bass for
I'm the
cornerback.
I'm the harsh person. No. It's just I'm quite malleable. I'm very reasonable. And I always want to do better.
I
So
get
like,
one when
you told
resemble
me
me well,
something
well.
now.
Every day I say,
So
why this speaking resemble me? Like they take manners, everything resemble
exactly,
me.
Auntie B. One more year was saying something about that earlier. That thing is really true. Sometimes, like my older boy, he does
Marriott.
things like I just see what is that my
Ma-
husband does, and I just see those traits in him. I'm like,
Timothy, Marriott say free our boys.
Mario, no baby, eh?
Marriott,
I just flew for a
oh my
second.
yes, say free our boys. You must free our boys, oh.
Uh, thank you, Auntie. Thanks for that. Yeah, well noted.
Yeah.
I just about the earnings of this guy. Yeah, I think I just made a note to say, that money will not too plenty now.
You know
That
plenty. That's the
not plenty, but I
thing.
think it's just more of contentment. You see,
Mm,
even the money was earning wasn't really, but it's just something like whatever we have in this life, we just have to be contented and do that.
mm.
But good enough, I'm learning a lot. I had so much to say, but a lot of people had said what I wanted to say earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, about this parenting, if we have other people that have good experience, please you can share. Because one thing I also noticed about these Asians, they really, their kids, especially for the good ones, their kids come out like speak and span and very good. Also about this cannabis, can I mention the Igbo thing for you?
Now Igbo you go use now. Use Igbo.
uh
YouTube not
About that
sabi that
Igbo.
word. Now Igbo.
So yeah, I asked one of these guys like, okay, how about here? He said even for the good kids in quote, everyone has tried it one time or the other. But I shouldn't
Yes.
worry that my boys will find.
Timothy, let me shock you. You know the ones that
Mm,
they try and pass. It isn't our boys they try. You think it's boys that are trying it. Girls.
I
These
don't get
teenage girls
daughter.
are the ones that are trying it the most now. I
Mm,
kid you not. You think it's only boys. Hey,
mm,
watch out for the teenage girls. The ones
mm,
that are
mm,
17, 16, 18,
mm.
19. Hey, Chineke.
What I've
Hmm.
told my son is that it's a psychoactive substance. Do you understand? So I've said no matter, because he said, oh, someone said that he saw someone was saying something like that I saw it somewhere. I said, where did you see it?
You know what? It's curiosity. For most of
Yeah,
the kids, it's
and,
curiosity.
and I
And there's
told
a
him.
lot of pressure on them to try when they go
Mm,
out.
mm. And I told them, yeah, it's psychoactive. If it doesn't do anything to you, they won't classify it as psychoactive to me in medical school, you see. So, yeah, no matter what people want to say, there was a friend of mine, there was one guy that was like my husband's friend that was trying to introduce me to that. You go, no, they make person do this. They make person do this. They make
Say,
person do that.
Says everybody, where don't they smoke Igbo for long? When some of them don't, Lori Buruku, they're not serious. Misery loves
Voila.
company. They know they all right. And
Uh,
not everybody they go they good for their body. I get one person where
exactly.
I know where
So,
smoking Igbo ones where he mad. Ikolo from
That's
just
what I
smoking it
said. I
once.
said, how would we
Hmm.
know? I'm not
It's
sure
not
how I'll
everybody that is
react
good
to it.
for.
Exactly. How
And
I'm
like
not sure.
somebody in the comment section said earlier, some Igbo, not be the pure Igbo say, if not Nigeria say you go fit see the pure one where believe. For here now, they listen with so many things.
Exactly. Very rightly so. Rightly so. Auntie
So
B, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you
free
so much.
our boys, oh
I'm really
Timothy. I
learning.
beg, leave those
Yeah.
boys alone.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Thank
be all
you.
right.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you, my
Auntie.
darling.
Take
Appreciate you. Okay, bye, sweetie. Okay. Oh my God, people are really, really interested in this. All right. Is Sister Gigi in the building? Hello, sis. Welcome. It's been a minute. How are you?
Hello. It might not be the same Gigi.
Oh, it's not the same Gigi. Oh.
No,
How is your voice come and be different like this? I thought it's my sis Gigi. Oh. Okay, this is a different Gigi.
it's
Welcome,
a
Gigi. Where are you joining us
thank you.
from?
I'm actually calling from Scotland. I've called before, I think once or twice.
All right, thank you. Welcome. You have 3 minutes. Go.
Okay. Number one, we need to be very careful in the abroad because hitting is becoming a very big issue. In Scotland, if you hit a child and you hit an adult, it's being termed as the same thing. It's assault. You get a credit, you get a criminal record. So let's refrain from that,
Good.
right? We are in a place where internet is cheap or free for a lot of us. So as much as we access you, let us go and access parents who are raising their children and raising good children and look at the tips they're giving. People are giving
Mm-hmm.
tips out there. Let's learn from them, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
the whites, let us learn from them because there's many of them who are doing it right. Right. So as much as we believe God is going to help us, God helps those who help themselves. So
Amen.
let us go out there and do the research for ourselves. If we have childhood traumas and trauma from when we were raised, let's not pass them to our children. Let's go to
Mm-hmm.
therapy. Let us parent ourselves. In that way, we'll be able to do a better job with our children.
Hmm.
You know, um, what else did I want to say? I had a few points.
I know. It sounds
Now,
like you are rushing it to get everything out.
yes, because I wrote it all down.
Yeah,
Right?
bless your hearts. You're so sweet. Go ahead.
Thank you. See, with their younger children, try and keep them busy. Have your children doing activities from when they are young, right? Enroll them piano, ballet, football, whatever they're interested in. That way, they're not going to have a lot of spare time to be mischievous. And if they're
Mm-hmm.
really good at it, they'll find talents that could even earn them careers and money in future, instead of
Mm-hmm.
them just sitting at home in front of the computer or the television, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're home with them and you're doing housework, this is how we'll teach them as well. Do it with them. Come
Hmm.
help mom chop vegetables. Come and talk to me. As you're doing activities, they'll open up to you. Yes, you're a
Hmm.
parent first, right?
Hmm.
But you're their first role model. And in
Hmm.
many times, you can also be their friend. So when they are older and they go out and they get in trouble, they don't hide it. They'll call you, mom, come rescue me, come pick us up. Something has gone wrong.
Absolutely.
Let them be
Hmm.
able to have that relationship with you where they can talk to you. When
Hmm.
major things happen in the family, talk to them. If it's divorce, if it is death, if it is job loss, financial issues, age appropriately. Let them know what's happening in the family so they don't get surprised wondering. We never know. Because if you raise them hiding things, they will grow up believing that hiding things is the right thing to do.
Hmm.
We are not helping them by doing that. When
Hmm.
they grow older as well, know their friends. Have an open house where their friends can come. That way you'll know who is a negative influence and who is a positive influence. And then you use your wisdom of age to direct them towards good friends, right?
Wow.
Towards what they should not be doing and what they should be doing, who they should be friends with and who they shouldn't be friends with. You know,
Thank you so
there's a lot
much.
of things we can do, but let's not just sit and do what our parents did. Our parents, especially those of us who grew up in Africa, we were raised by a community, yes, but there was a lot of,
Community.
yeah, but there
Hmm.
was also a lot of sitting back, right?
Hmm.
Instead of being hands on, there was a lot of sitting back because dad is tired. He'll come home, read the newspaper, come home, do
Hmm.
something with them, go
Hmm.
for a walk, ride the bikes, interact with them so that they can know that they'll be okay. Discuss consequences. If it is like this, Igbo, go online and read with them. Let them see consequence. If it is misbehavior, let them see what the law says about these things.
Hmm.
Right? If they're teenagers and you're seeing they're starting to have interest in girls, go look at the law and what it says about all of these things. Let them know when they kerewa and they do the wrong things, this is what will happen to you legally.
Hmm.
Right? So that they're not even bringing children when they're not ready or having trauma
That's
and don't
another
even
one.
know how to
Yeah.
talk. There's
That's
so many
another one.
issues we can
Hmm.
look at, but we need to try our best to also, as they are growing up, we are educating ourselves on how to raise them best. We're not just sitting back. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Gigi. I appreciate your call. Really, really do. God bless you. Thank you. You made so many points under 4 minutes. I think you spent about 4 to 5 minutes, but you made your points very, very clear. Parents need to be more involved. Dads, especially. Moms, me, I cannot even say anything about moms because I know it's mom that carry all the wahala in their head and they still work. They cook, they clean, they try to put the family together. African dads, you guys need to get off your butt and do parenting. It's not enough for you to just sit down in the couch, hold remote control, and be backing instructions and backing on. I beg. You guys need to do better. It's not often you see men that are involved in parenting. There are some, but not often. A lot of our community parents, even the ones that have two parents, they are never involved. You see a lot of women telling people that they are married, but they are like single parents. You will have football, you will not go. You will have parents' evening, you will not go. Teachers will say, come for meeting, you will not. You always find an excuse not to turn up. Now only you they work. We need to do better. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Miss Antonia, you're welcome. Good evening, sis.
Hi, Miss Brady. Good afternoon.
Welcome. Where are you
Thank you
joining us
so
from? You're saying
much.
afternoon, so you must be in America or Canada.
Yes, I'm in the US. Yeah.
Welcome, ma. What do you have to
Good
say?
afternoon, my sister. The last show, 2 shows ago, I tried to come in, but I was at work. I was so frustrated.
Oh,
Oh, my
you're here
goodness.
now.
Miss B, I don't know how you do this, but you have touched so many lives. Even I send your link to my sister and friends in Nigeria. Some of
Oh,
them that
thank
are
you so
going
much.
through all this marriage
Wahala.
wahala. I say, listen to this show and learn. Make
They
una
don't
give
get
una self
data for
sense.
Nigeria. Oh.
Make una give una self sense. I beg. Miss B, concerning this issue on ground,
Mm,
when that lady mentioned that the younger brother of this guy is already married at
mm,
19 and they are
mm,
just two. Jesus Christ. I was driving.
mm.
If you see the way I was rushing to reach somewhere at least park. I say, a woman will go through this?
It's too
Oh
much, oh,
no, I don't
my
know.
sister.
It's
It's too
only God
much.
that will come to her rescue.
It's too much. It's too
It's only
much.
God.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's only God. And
Hmm.
she mentioned something. She said the parents are very good in the
Mm,
community. The mom
mm.
is gentle, nice lady. Everyone want to, associate with her.
To see a Nigerian woman that doesn't even want to gossip. You say she
I
even
am
bring gossip.
telling you,
She said I brought gossip. She shut it down. She
she
said
shut
no,
it
no bring gossip.
down. She shut
She's a
it
good
down.
woman.
So,
Hi.
Sis B, this thing we're talking about is not about the environment where the kids are raised. It's not about if the parents are not doing their job. You see some very good Christian parents.
Mm-hmm.
Still, these children, Sis B, I don't know.
Hmm.
Now, speaking of the other title, I am from Enugu State, and we also have that title in my place. Even I was talking with my husband 3 days ago. I say, "Oh, but you need to take this title now." He was like, he would take it with the two boys. I have 3 boys and a girl. He said, okay,
Right.
whenever he want to take it, he's going to take it with the first and second son.
Mm-hmm.
I said, now, why don't you add the third one? He's 21. He said, no, the first and second
Mm-hmm.
first before that one.
Hmm.
Something must have gone wrong. At
Hmm.
times, you will be doing your best as parents, but the kids, they are not listening, or the group or the friends they keep
My
is very
sister.
important. Like I
Hi.
would tell my own kids, they
Hmm.
are all here in US. I'm not a super mom. I'm not the best mom. I have my flaws, but
Hmm.
at least I do my best. And like somebody mentioned, the way we were raised in Nigeria, if your mom sees something on you that she did not buy,
Yes.
oh
You are in
God,
trouble. You are
you
in
are
big
in
trouble.
trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Even here, I do the same. My kids will like, Mommy, so do you know all the pen and pencils you
Oh
ever bought
yes.
for us? I
I
say,
know
yes, I
them.
do.
I know them. They don't know
I
mothers.
know. When they start working, I say, as you start working, show me the things you bought so that I will recognize it and have it in my brain. Don't just be coming up with some kind random things and heavy gadgets that your mom, cannot even afford. And you will
Hmm.
tell me that you bought it with your money, you are working. No,
Hmm.
my second son and the third one, I told them, you have to join me in the job that I'm doing. They are like, what is a job? I break it down and I explained. I say, so month, you will have this kind of money.
You wanted them to be financially accountable, so you
Oh,
pull them
Sister
into
B,
a
for
job.
a
I
year.
love
I
you.
said, the
I
third
love you,
one
Auntie
was like, if you
Tonya.
see his face, he said, why should I be? I said, you should. It will help you because
It's
I
saving.
usually open your statement of account whenever your mail come. That one, they
That's my
pay there
younger
like say
son for
tomorrow no
you.
day. I
He's
said,
16.
I'm not
All his
seeing any cover
statements
inside.
is
So
Uber
this
Eats.
one, this
Uber
is going to
Eats.
be a kind of way to help you so that you will save.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they understood. At the end of every month, that's why I go the campaign. Oh yeah, give me the money. Brother, give me the money. It is
Mm-hmm.
somebody's turn. And when it's your turn, you will receive so amount.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
parents, we
love
try
that.
our best.
I
We
love
try
that.
our best. I don't
I
know
love that.
where things will go
Let me
wrong
make
like
you
this.
laugh. Let me make you laugh because you mentioned a Justice Antonia. So I now got my daughter to join a job. I think it was
Ah,
2 years
the
ago.
second and the third, they join a
Chineke.
job. Seriously. I say, you are going to
I
school,
say
you are
come and
working.
I
And
say
you are
come and
living
join
in
a
my
job.
house. You are not paying house rent. I pay all the bills. I cook all the food. What are you doing with your
With your
money,
money.
Ego?
Yes. No, they
So
like
I
expensive
enroll
stuff.
them in a job. As any month
Mm-hmm.
that you don't pay, you don't give to the person that is supposed to get it, you will be arrested. Okay?
You are not playing at all.
No, what I go do now?
About 3 years
Every means
ago,
apply,
now go, I
apply
tell
all
Esther make go
method.
join a job. Their job was £1,000.
Ah,
Unfortunately for her, many people can't join their job. I think it was about a year or so. Hey, Chineke, he complained. He said, this money is too much. Hey, I said, just pay, don't worry. If you get 12 grand enter your account now, you might not be able to save that money in a year. So
okay.
just because at the end of the day, if you pay their job, you will still survive on whatever you have. And you will collect your own. It's turn by turn.
Yeah.
She did it. Eventually, she said, She said, this is a job. I appreciate it. No, the month she collected, we don't hear from her again. I can't tell the papa,
Uh-huh.
I say, Esther don't collect a job. The coordinator, now my friend, I say, who collect this month? He say, now your picking. I say, we know they hear from Esther again. No, you don't collect a job. You don't
He
collect
collect
a
a
job.
dollar, he
You don't
japa.
quiet. You know they talk again. You don't complain again. You don't talk anything. I say,
Uh-huh.
Esther, you don't collect. All the while you be complaining. Now you've collected. We're not hearing anything again.
You don't
No.
complain again.
I had so many debts I was paying. And
Uh-huh.
they speak all the English. I say, look at you. How much did you save? So I
Ah,
really I
God.
love that. I love the fact that
My
you're
second
making
son
them.
collected on the 30th of last month. If you
Mm.
see him counting this money, he say, Mommy, I don't want any Zelle or any, I want it cash. I collected it from the people. He counted it and was smiling like a bedbug under comforter. I say, you see, you are happy now. Then the third one is querying me. When is my turn? I said, brother, cool down. Your own will be December. And this is the amount you collect. He was like, really? I said, yes. When you collect it, I will escort you to the bank. You put it in your savings. He said, Mommy, till then, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross.
That means he has his
So
own
I
plans.
am really sorry for this woman. This is a woman like myself. I am really sorry for her. And I pray
Mm.
God to give her the grace to overcome this.
Amen. Amen.
I pray, honestly speaking, I just pray for God to give this family the grace because
Mm.
this is a big one.
It
This
is
is too
so. This
much
is
on a
sad. It's
human
too
being.
much. It's too
It's too
much.
much. It's too much.
It's well with
Sister
her. Thank
B,
you so much,
thank you
Auntie
so
Tenia.
much. Oh, the
Really
CK,
appreciate you.
one day, I go visit you for that, your
No
Mama
wahala.
Charlie country.
We did. We full grandma. Thank
Thank
you.
you so
I
much.
really,
God
really
bless
love
you.
you. I
May God
appreciate
bless the
you.
works of your hand. Bless those
Amen.
children. You will eat the
Amen.
fruit of your labor. You and our
Amen.
brother in the name of Jesus. Thank you for this
Amen.
education you're giving us. Okay?
Thank you.
God
Thank you
bless you.
so much. Bye. Thank you. And thank you so much, Sister Tonya. She made me laugh. Since we don't dey talk serious, and Tonya don't break the ice. He say he make his children they pay a job by force. He tell them say, you live in my house free of charge. And Esther is not even living at home. Oh. She don't come off her house since. She don't get her own house. But that girl, Chineke, my papa resemble not be me, not resemble me at all. She's so good with money. She's a miser. Gee, I never see. No, they spend anyhow. That joy, not be small. Plenty story enter that job. But when we collect them, I don't hear anything again. You piam, it keep quiet. I love that, Auntie Tonya. God bless you, ma. Thank you so much for calling. Please call us again. All right, Temi D. Hello. We have Temi T and we have Temi D. We've not seen you in a while, Temi D.
I know.
How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. I'm good. I thank God. It's it's been a lot, but today I caught the show. I missed a lot of it, but I caught the parenting part.
Right.
It's been really good. It really touched me a lot because, as a parent myself, I'm trying my best to do what I can to grow the next generation. Do you understand? But
Mm-hmm.
then it's challenge. Oh gosh, it's challenging because
It
then
is.
all the things I've been hearing people say, I've been learning from it is trying to be firm but still loving. I'm
Yeah.
definitely a typical Yoruba mom, even though I wasn't born and raised in Nigeria. But yeah, both class. I had to say, no, God, I need you to arrest it because it's that whole, oh, you have to be perfect, and you have to understand that they're still children. My kids are under 5, so I'm so strict at this stage, and I understand that the reverse can happen because when they're with me, perfect behavior and the odd behavior, but then when they're not with me, sometimes it's like, oh, who let the dogs out?
Hmm.
Right? And so that challenge of not being too strict, that when they're not with you, they want to take the opportunity just to be kids. And at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, not letting them be too free, so they're spoiled. It's rough. And the balance for one child may be different for the other child. That's
Mm-hmm.
the other thing I've learned, that what you do to one child may not work with the other child. So each child is
Absolutely.
different. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
another thing. And the time. So I love children, and I've come to understand that it's not about how many kids you have; it's about how well you raise the ones you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand that even if you do your best,
Hmm.
sometimes you can't control the outcome. I'm dealing
Mm-hmm.
with having friends and family members who are well established people in the community, doing
Mm-hmm.
really well. They're well
Mm-hmm.
decorated, every award in the book, but the kids. Jesus have mercy. It's painful when you
Hmm.
see someone who has done everything for everybody and their kids don't turn out half as good as you expect them to.
Yeah.
And your kids are supposed to give you peace in your older, I don't want to get emotional, in your older age. But then when you
Yeah.
see kids who their parents did everything, they worked, they give them the best life, they give them everything, and every small thing, oh, I'm stressed, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to work, oh, I want to delete myself. Like it's always small challenge. Let me even live for that. Small challenge, they cannot deal with. It's not
Yeah.
like, how do
Obodoyibo
you,
children, what I've noticed from being a parent, and I was a parent in Nigeria before I came here, so I know the difference. Obodoyibo children are not as resilient as Nigerian children. The
mm,
children in Nigeria, do you know why?
mm,
Their
mm.
life too soft. That's
Ha!
the truth.
Try.
Their life too soft. They wake up when they don't see light. They wake up, they don't see water. Do they go to the river to go and fetch water? I grew up
Mm,
I walk 5 miles to go and get water in the morning. Do you know what poverty does to you? Or lack? Do you know what it does to you? It develops your character. It makes you
mm.
strong. Obodoyibo children, if I say it here, people go to say Auntie B. Hey, you always I'm talking from experience, my own
You are
experience,
right.
so not other people's experience.
You are absolutely right.
In Nigeria, the environment makes you to know that hustle, oh, you gotta hustle. When you go there
Mm,
1 week, no electricity, no NEPA, then you go know. But you see these children, they wake up every day. Okay, for instance, make I tell you, Timidi, your internet goes off occasionally in the house. Maybe something
yes.
happens and it goes off.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see them all
Wi-Fi,
coming
yeah.
out of their room. What happened to the internet? What happened to the internet? I'm like, I grew up without television, and I'm okay.
Oh,
I'm a normal
oh
human being.
God.
My pikin tell
Oh.
me that day, say you might think you are normal, but you are not normal. I say, why am I not normal? Because I didn't grow up without internet. Abi?
Oh, so dependent on online presence. It's funny you
Child,
mentioned the
don't
internet.
mind
I
them.
actually gave that advice to someone
Imagine.
I
They
know.
think hard life builds character. Oh my yeah,
It
preach it.
does. It
They need
does.
hard life.
It does. It
Hardship is
does.
good. Small hardship, not too much, oh, just a little.
Yes, I agree. I think I'm an example of that because so I guess you can say I was someone who grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth, right? And when I was about 12, my dad died. and a lot of things changed significantly. And I went from somebody who was going to boarding school here in the Bodoyibo, where they pay stupid money to go to boarding school. Just, I had piano teacher, I had all that stuff. To now, please, where's the bus pass? Do you understand? So I transitioned. Now in modern day times, that could have let someone else lose it because of being so used to certain lifestyle and not being able to adjust. But one thing that I had to tell myself, I had to understand was there's a big gap between me and my other siblings. Everybody was already settled, doctor, this and that. I was still in high school. So I understood that if I didn't take my education or my life seriously, I'm the one who's going to suffer for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess call it God, call it the training my parents had given me up until that point. I understood enough at that point that, you know what? I have my future in my hands. From the age of 12 onward, I had probably minimal supervision, to be honest, because you're in a different society. My mom was going through recovery from losing her husband. She had issues with injuries and whatnot. Everyone trying to figure out life, a new life that we did not understand. So if I went to school and I came home, if I didn't go to school rather, and I came home, no one would know. Like if I wanted to skip school all the time and intercept, you know how they call you or they write you a letter that you didn't come to school? I could intercept it if I wanted to. There was a way I could do it, but I didn't. And if I did, no one would have been wiser for a long time. But guess what? It's my life that I am actually cheating, not anybody else. For some reason, I understood that. So I went to school, I did my work, I kept the straight and narrow path. I didn't do all the regular Igbo, this, that. I just had no interest. I focused. I said I must make it. I said my parents made it, brought me this far. I need to take myself so I can be to a certain level. I don't want this life that
But you
I'm
know what
living.
I noticed,
What?
Temidi?
Mm-hmm.
Girls,
Mm,
and it translates to why we have more Mongo Park men than women.
mm,
I know we are talking about parenting, but it translates to adulthood and responsibility as well.
mm,
Women, they tend to, not all of them, but on the average, if you're looking at it, girls tend to be more serious, more focused.
mm.
They are. They
That's a,
are.
you have a
Boys
point
need a
there.
lot of encouragement. Not all of them. Some of them are self-motivated and all that, but boys, they need work. A lot of work. I'm telling you. It's not an easy thing at all. But thank you so much, Timidi. Unfortunately, I need to move on now because of time. I've done 3 hours almost and I have work tomorrow. Thank you very much, sis. Please call again. Lovely David.
Hey, Auntie B, I salute you.
My brother, how
How you doing? How
body?
family?
You get patience, so God bless you. Don't dey comment section since I dey see you when you dey in studio. I say make I add my brother. You know easy. You
Yeah,
know.
easy,
Welcome. Welcome.
easy.
Mm,
I just listen to people where they talk say spiritual something,
mm,
saying a spiritual something.
mm,
Say sometimes not be everything is spiritual now.
mm-hmm,
And some people will talk say Catholic Church, even pastor church, people where they go Pentecostal.
mm.
Some of their Pekin, some of those pastors' son. Now them even they join court pass.
Oh yes, so
Now then they be even the bad kid where we say them they hide under
that's true.
Christianity.
That's true.
So it has nothing to do with religion or non-religion.
Mm,
So the thing where they there be say, say when like that, like the guy where would they talk now, an adult.
mm,
And sometimes, say people they get some health issue, maybe psychological, it can be anything,
mm,
And for the fact that they live abroad, maybe the parents for recommend therapy or something like that.
mm.
You
Especially as
know?
in brother delete, in a really needed
Yeah,
intervention
yeah,
there.
yeah. Because sometimes all these things when they say, okay, now, if you look, there's something where I realize, and these things will be like weed, all those things well now they get for abroad.
Igbo.
The
Mm,
rest, the white and the rest, now.
mm,
Say now free market for everybody there now. You
mm.
know. So all those kind of things, now, because not be every head fit carry, head
That's
they're
the
different.
truth.
Yeah, head they're
Mm,
different now. The same thing where somebody put for
They
mouth.
don't even
Another,
get the pure Igbo for here. Now that one they even they cause the wahala.
but
Most of
Auntie
the Igbo
B,
where they
Auntie
sell
B,
for here, they don't put other things where go make the thing they make
Auntie
them
B,
decrease.
see the truth, we say, no be everybody. See, even alcohol. Two people fish shark now. One
You
gonna
don't
behave
remind me of
normal.
something.
One gonna behave normal.
Lovely
Okay.
David, you remind me of something. I know one woman, if she drink alcohol, in leg they give up. Me
Uh-huh.
no know before. I come invite her come my house.
But now so it be
He said,
be
"Yeah, they do my
for
picking birthday. I don't forget to, don't tell." Again,
now
now for children's school and for me time. Once she
uh-huh.
drink like this, her leg go just give up. If you stand
Now
like this, go just drop.
true, Auntie B.
Another one come
Every
because say me I don't know. Say if you drink now, say they do. I say sure. You
yeah.
wanna not tell me before. Then
Mm-hmm,
she can't drink.
mm-hmm,
If you don't put leg for ground like this, yeah, his leg go just collapse. If they fall
mm-hmm,
for ground and say, "By me, I don't want to carry this one reach house now."
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Cause not be every hair go feel carry now,
Not be
you know.
everybody they not be everybody.
And you know, say the same thing. The only thing a parent feel do not to pray for your pikin, you
And
know
so,
now. Because once they don't cross that maturity, they don't die above 18 and plus, and they don't become adult now. They feel make decision on their own, you know. So the thing if you do we say pray and you know if the person need help, give them the right help, you know. So because the thing of saying spiritual people back home, I know they believe all those things, you know. Because sometimes now maybe peer pressure, maybe the type of friends where you they keep, your circle, the thing where you they do, where you they put for your body, you know now. Somebody will go do white, go sniff white, madness go enter, then go send our people for our village do that.
Now so you know believe
Uh,
say na spiritual.
no be spirit. If you go this, maybe say you get Oyibo where you the shark, maybe he give you something, snuff this, so your brain come turn, they go come send our people back up. Now so they be.
Now so
Now from back home they come they send the bullet.
my
The
dear,
bullet will go cross sea, cross high sea. That bullet not they walk.
it is well.
You know they walk at TV. You know, so all these things now, you know, I know it's a sad
You
story,
be
but
Igbo man, lovely David.
I be Igbo now, I be Igbo, I
You
be
sound
Igbo.
Igbo.
Uh,
This also title, you know about him.
and TV also title a normal title where everybody there, you know now. Depending
Everybody they get
depend on
him.
your faith, depend on what you know what I mean. Uh-huh. So but it has nothing to do with
Because
if
they saw
some
say the guy get also title. So
but
I can't wonder
he no get
whether it
anything to
get
do.
money, whether na money they involve and things like that.
Also, wait. Also, title. If you even in any tribe you come from, whether you be Yoruba, you be anything, once you follow the procedure, get money, do something maybe reasonable,
No, but
tangible for your
Igbo people like
community.
that. No, this chief
Uh,
title in Igbo land is strong. Chai, Igbo like title. He
not be
like chief
every
title.
not be everybody.
Not be everybody, but
Some
people
people
they
no
like
want
them,
time, but
especially when they
na
don't
normal
arrive.
thing. Now something where we say maybe if you don't feel like it, if you they in position to help your community, right? Uh-huh. So once you're in that position, you go feel collect title if you want. No be mandatory.
Well,
Some
no,
people
I
now
know
there
they try to ask whether it is expensive to collect. Now, what are they ask with that?
and TB, I know it can be
Because
two
sometimes
ways.
you need to do some community project before they give you chief title.
Before, but now some people even they go one village. You know, say now, you know if you collect them from your village, go. If you got another community, go collect them.
No, but this also, if you go another community, nah, it's hereditary according to what Uzo tell us. It's got to be from father to son. But anyway, I hear what you they talk. Thank you very much, my brother.
Well, and TB, that has nothing to do with what happened to the guy, you know.
No. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying it has something to do with it. I they get to a particular point about the costs. Now the cost, now they try to reason. Not be say I
Mm-hmm.
say I'm not trying to link it to what happened to him. I they
Mm-hmm.
link and to about the cost, whether he need money, whether they expensive, maybe they pressured to find money and things like that. Now what are they try to think?
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I believe say even if say you want to collect something and maybe if say they need money and get the money, you go wait now. Life not turn by turn. Even if not that aspect you want full am, right? Maybe your age mate they collect something and you never feel you go wait when your time reach now. You know what now they try talk. So,
Thank
but that
you.
one no go make person
You
make it,
know,
you know
cause
what I
I'm
mean.
Mexico go there, go they do only the thief for America. That makes sense.
So me, I just feel say maybe now something where in smoke, you
It's
know, or maybe
possible.
the trauma where they go through where nobody find out on time. Because sometimes, you know, you go take before him even go make up that decision, something don't they go through the brain. Where
Not
no
true.
be, you know, where be
No,
I
no,
believe
no be
saying
small job. Oh,
psychological.
he do plenty jobs before they can finally catch him. So it's in plenty. Thank you so much, lovely David, my brother. I always dey gbadun you because your pigeon they suit me, eh? They suit me for here, where. Itu Oteuju Hassan, thank you very much, for accepting my apology. BO they vex seriously for comment section, no. Hey, this Catholic matter, so Emma Binu, more than no vex, I beg. All the Catholics in the house. Me, I no believe say get any religion or any branch of Christianity where you belong to. Thank you very much, Hassan. Thank you. Oh, Bridget David, you're my namesake, so you don't have any choice but to accept my apologies. Eh? Even Omoye is joining me now to beg you people. Emma Binu, Ejo, Mona no verse. Omoye said, Catholics in the house, I follow sis B apologize, so Ejebure. Mona no verse, I beg. Mona no verse. She don't mean her like that. She don't mean her like that. I'm sure she didn't mean that. You know, sometimes, as Christians, we just need to be guarded because discrimination too much for inside Christianity. That's the problem. But she not mean it like that. Maybe she just dey try to talk, say, the forces they too strong, say it needs, a stronger prayer line or something like that. But I'm not sure say she mean it in a bad way. More than obvious. Ada, you are next
Hello,
on the
good evening.
show. What do you have to say? Where are you joining us from? 3 minutes, so Ejo. Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, all right. Good evening, good evening. Concerning what brother Bill said, I'm calling from France.
Mm-hmm.
We parents, we need to be intentional concerning the children. It's like a gambling game. It's like a gambling, taking care of children. When I was still a single, when I see taking care of children, I think it's a very simple thing. I just say one or two, just say, yeah, don't if you don't. But when I start having children, then I know there is work. Because of that, I don't even work full time again. I stopped some of my work so that I will have time.
For
If they
your
want to drop them in
children.
school, I take them back
Mm.
for my children. My husband is working completely, not even staying with us. Weekend he comes back. And secondly, again, as parents, we need to, if the children did anything wrong, being me now, staying alone with the children, my husband is not around. I don't hide anything from their father. I tell them everything. I will quarrel my own side. I will say my own side. If he come, he go see say. If he still call the children, go see say his own side. But he always know wetin happen for house when he comot. When sometimes children will do something, I will tell your father, say, Mama, please don't tell Papa, I will not do it again. I say, no, I will tell. I will tell. He will not be angry with you. He would like to talk to you. He say, okay. And my husband is the calm one here. And me, I'm the strict
So it's
one,
about
little strict.
accountability. So they hide
Accountability.
because the children say go say they hide. You they tell their papa even in
I
no
know
day you tell them what you do.
even when not, I dey like, yes.
You will tell
Because
them,
one
yeah.
person sometimes, I don't they like, but my children are going to say they accept my husband own and my own sometimes.
Because
So
men
if I look and say my husband,
boys, you get boys, Ada.
yeah, I get one son. So
Okay,
I get one
children
son.
they respect authority.
And
Now what I
he they
notice
very
with that.
he they very he they introvert. He the introvert. He's not the type that talk too much. But my daughter, that once I just pick down from school, from school gate tell me everything to go reach out. But my son, you'll be the one picking him one by one. What thing happened today? Who do you play with today? What do you eat? You keep on before you bring you say, hey mama, I remember. I already start. But if I do not ask him one after the other, he will not say anything. And my daughter will just be from school. Mama, you will tell me from school, go reach his house,
Because
open door,
women,
enter house.
generally girls, we sabi share where we sabi talk.
I mean, the trick I can't use for them, I'll tell them, say, I like secret when I like children, they tell me secret. So everybody wants to tell me every secret. And mother say, Mama, get one secret, get one secret. Most of them will talk. Then we'll start discussing. I like secret. Mama, I want to tell you something. You know, you like secret. I like secret. We'll start. That is the trick
You
I
like
use for them to
secrets.
bring out the from. I like secrets. And the
You
children
like secrets. Why you like secrets?
and their mind is not
Okay.
going to come out. So that is the only way I trick
Okay.
them to tell me something that they don't want to tell me. Yes. So I say, you know, I like secret. You have any secret? Be telling me. And they say, okay, yeah, mama, there's one secret in school today that happened. And then see if you like secrets. I say, yes, I like secrets. They will sit down, they will tell me everything. I say, hey, thank you. I like that secret. That is how then I'll give them my own advice inside the thing. So children, just intentional. I don't hide anything from the other partner because you don't know if the other partner will be the one to work on them. That is my
Yes.
own take inside. Because the Catholic
Absolutely
thing, they said, me,
beautiful.
I'm a Catholic. My mother is a charismatic member. He pray more than a fireman. My mother know they pray even till tomorrow if they pray for you. Who they go this fire the mountain, no, if you pray that prayer. So not be by church thing, not just now just individual thing
Relationship.
now it be in the relationship with God directly. People they say they don't even go church.
Absolutely.
Their children say they come out way. They don't even go church
Absolutely.
at all.
Oyibo they go church. Now that
Their
one me
children,
they talk now because we like to
Oyibo know they
spiritualize
go church.
everything.
Thank
Oyibo no
you.
they go
Their
church.
children they come out way.
Now
And
their
me
children
now,
they go
as the
all
one,
the universities for here now.
thank you. So me now, I did intentional. I did select friends for my children. My children will tell me, Mama, this kind of friends, see what they do. I said, no, that friend, you know, I select friends for my son. Because he know they talk and I mind the kind of people he stay with. I mean, I when I say I stay in a country who don't speak English, French country. It's not the language I feel they follow they enter details. Not only myself enter details, they don't
Yes.
come. So I mind the friends he stay with.
You learn the
And that is why I
language. You
don't
learn the French language.
I learn the French language. You know, as a I not grow up with a I not grow up here now. Not everything I'll go details with. But my son now, they're born and hear everything. If they speak the French, yes, me
Now
they
in
clear
first
road for them.
language with
So but
that,
they
so you
say,
go know and well. Now so I appreciate you, my dear Ada. Thank you so much. So Ada is talking about, being open with parenting with your other partner, especially if not two parents. No hide anything. Mother know they had bad thing when your children they do because now your husband fit be say na him the children dey respect wey be say na him go correct that behavior. That's what Ada is saying. So last but not the least, I need to go now. Is the blooming room. We're ending. Hi, the blooming room. Welcome. Unmute yourself. The blooming room. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good evening. Oh, I greet. Good evening, Auntie B. Good evening, Obodo fam. I've been well. This is such a unfortunate story, but I had my points written out because I know that you are stickling for time, and I did not want to waste any of the time that you have given me. The first thing that I want to start with is to say parenting is a tough job. It's a tough job.
No.
It's a very, very, very tough job. And,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to start from the fact that, when talked about the Ozo thing, yeah. Ozo title, because I'm an Igbo girl, I'm an Igbo
Mm-hmm.
lady. The
Mm-hmm.
Ozo title is a title that attracts a lot of respect and honor in the Igbo land.
Mm-hmm.
And it is often not given to brokers people.
What do you mean
So
broadcast people?
you need to have some pepper.
I
That's what I
see.
mean. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not cheap. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to come with some financial costs to
Right.
that
Because
individual.
everybody I've asked, they keep telling me that they took it's not money, it's about hereditary
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah. Well, it's a title, it's an Ozol thing. It's just like it's just giving you like an honor in the community. But we all know that a lot of titles in Nigeria is yes, it's inherited, but it's also monetized.
Of
So
course.
a lot of guys want to, they have arrived. It's a state
Mm-hmm.
is a way to say I've arrived,
Yeah.
and so they drop some cash to be able to get those titles.
Right.
So and the fact that he, someone said something about him, it was gas stations and all that. I want to say that it perhaps he chose those places because they are kind of easy targets, because some of these guys they like to hit off on gas stations and pawn shops. Pawn shops is another regular place for some of these kinds of people because they are easy targets. You can drive in the parkway, do a quick one, drive out. If you cover yourself very well, CCTV cameras might not be able to pick you up, and all of that. But let me start with saying that as parents, we cannot run away from responsibilities of parenting.
Your 3 minutes
And
is almost up, and you are just starting the
oh dear
blooming
Lord,
room.
okay. All right. Okay, I'm just
Okay,
gonna run through.
summarize.
All
Yeah.
right, let me just summarize it. And I say sometimes parents should not run away from doing the work, because sometimes we say, oh, it's a phase, it will pass. Or even when we hear from other people how our children are behaving, we often don't, because we are protective, we don't really want to listen to outside. Often back home we say it takes a community to raise a child, but sometimes now parents don't really want that outside oversight. They want to keep everything within. They don't
I
want
mean, the
people
community is
nosing
not
in.
even permissible to have community parenting in the abroad. So it's not
Yeah,
even
I
about
understand
parents not
that.
wanting it. The environment is not community oriented. It's individualistic environment in the abroad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this: oftentimes there are some behavior that maybe our children put up with, and if you have people in your circle, because you cannot raise a child alone regardless, you still need one or two, three people who are influential circles, who you know that your child can socialize with and interact with, whether it's from church, whether it's from tribal meeting settings and all of that. You need those positive influences, because children reflect the environment that they are brought up in. And so those influences are important, because people can see, hear things that they can quickly prompt you and say, you need to keep an eye on this. This is what I noticed and all of that. And I think sometimes we have to have that ability to take it in, observe and see where there are areas to correct and all that, because positive influences are very important. Our boys are highly energetic. How are we channeling that energy? What are the kind of extracurricular activities that we are exposing them to? Because we need to channel them right. No matter what we do, even as some parents, somebody has talked about pastors, even raising on Sarah Roberts. A lot of people know Sarah Jakes Roberts. She is now one of the most influential women preachers. But that lady was a pastor's daughter, and she had a child at 13
The
or
father just
14.
handed over the mantle of leadership of his church to
Yeah,
her.
it's a particular aspect of not the church per se, is a program that he runs annually, Women Thou Art Loosed.
It's
So
not the
he
whole
now,
church.
no, it's not the whole church. He
I
just
thought he's
stepped back.
retiring.
No, no, no. There's a conference he runs every year for women. And because she has also started a conference for women called Women Evolve, and he has been running that Women Thou Art Loose. So he felt it was right for him to step back and allow her continue, since she's also doing a women's program. And he felt the Spirit had told him, okay, now you've led the generation this far. It's time for her to carry on from here onwards. And so that is that shift that has happened. So it's not as if he's handed over the church per se to her to handle. She and her husband, they have their own church. They have their own one LA or something like that. But what I'm saying is, this is a bishop, and his daughter had a child at 13.
Yeah,
He didn't force her to marry the boy. She later got married and still divorced. So no matter how much we try, sometimes it will not go right.
that's
And
true.
I think that we need to also not over spiritualize everything. We shouldn't over spiritualize everything, because prayers will not remove the responsibility of parenting. So it's very important that we also note that. Let's also remember that some behaviors are acquired and some are inherent. So there's a balance of both the spiritual and also responsibility and also the hard work. That's just what I wanted to say
Thank you
in
so
summary.
much, the Blooming
Thank you.
Room. Really
God bless
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you, darling. Thank you for that insight. So the Blooming Room is basically saying that community parenting is still very, very important. And guess what? No matter what you do, like TD Jakes did everything. And you can tell that he's a very passionate, very good father. Still, your daughter got pregnant. Let me ask you as we close. Some Obodo farmers so savvy. Somebody on Instagram, thank you so much, Sarah. She sent me some screenshots of the wedding. As if you people don't want to be seen, eh? But I'm still I don't know how she got them, but she sent me some screenshots about the wedding. No matter how you try your best, even for men of God as big as Bishop T.D. Jakes, the daughter still got pregnant at 13. That's what I was saying, that parenting is just by the grace of God, though. And when I watched that ceremony where he was passing on the mantle to the daughter, you can tell that he's a very passionate, very loving father. He didn't judge, he didn't condemn. I'm sure he was disappointed, in the choices that she made as a young woman and all that. But that is just life. It happens. It happens. Irrespective of your best intentions, no matter what you do, sometimes. Hey, Kayema Muwa, may God not allow the enemy to catch us, especially with the children. I heard one song one time, and that song ministered to me so much. And the songwriter said, God, please don't give me any challenge about my children that will make me, to whip over my children. My faith is not strong enough. The person was singing it in Yoruba. Ha! I heard that song. It really, really ministered to me in my spirit. I was like, wow, this is deep. This life, it is well. You do your best. You parent as best as you can. Co-parenting, joint parenting, single parenting, whatever God gives you the strength to do, or whatever your circumstances are. But sometimes, even your best laid plans, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work the way you want it. And that's why I was saying that, sometimes it seems as if you are parenting, you are disciplined, you are this, you are that, everything will go well. Sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't. I think the point that Bio was trying to make was that don't negate your parental responsibility. Continue to do your best as God gives you strength to parent your children well. Don't run away from your responsibility, and don't be permissive as a parent to allow your children to be running around wild. I do acknowledge that some parents they don't do their best, because the life in the abroad again, by the time you come back, you finish and come back. And that's why I like Oyibo. Oyibo, they already know their way. Oh. They know that it's not everybody that is called out to be a parent. And that's why Oyibo will marry. They will not have children. They will decide that, you know what, my life is too busy. I don't have time for children. But we African, we dey do that one. Hey, for where? Never. The minute you dey marry, they ask you, say, when you go born? So sometimes I dey think say Oyibo dey do am the right way. Because then no. They already know they don't have the capacity, no time for children. So they don't make up their mind, say, okay, I no go born. But born 1 year sef, they go, they ask you, say, wetin happen? Wetin dey? Your wife never still born? But say your life is very, very busy. You are pressured. You don't get time to parent. So, and some of the things be that. Oyibo, they do wetin work for them. So, thank you very much, my darling, for sending me these pictures. Some people are watching and they don't help me send the picture that I couldn't, the wedding that I couldn't send you. Sarah, thank you, baby. God bless you. So this is the wedding. I don't see the wedding where they do. This is Charles. I couldn't show you at the beginning because please like the video. God bless you. That was their wedding. That is Charles. Some people still find a way to get the pictures. Sarah, you be FBI, you. Thank you. So that's the wedding. You can see one outfit, another one. It be like the dress I wear for my 50th birthday. Now, so it's in long, they flow everywhere. That's another outfit. That's Charles. He looks so happy here. They look really good together. Cute couple. And this is the thing that I said I didn't screenshot. You see, Charles and Stephanie met at church in 2012 while Stephanie was volunteering as a teacher's aide in confirmation class. Charles and his brother were in the confirmation stage of their what's it called? What's it called? I can't pronounce it. Charles became enamored with the beautiful young lady, and he's very faint and will fall. He will fail his confirmation papers after Charles confronted Stephanie about the rigorous grading. They developed a friendship and later turned into love. Mhm. Yeah, Catholicism, that's the word. I finally got it. Catholicism. So, and I don't see, this is the one I said I didn't screenshot. This is them. I'm just wondering now, with everything that's happened now, what's going to happen to Stephanie now? Hmm? Catholicism. Oh my, thank you, Jerry. I finally got it in the end. I don't tire. I've been talking for 3.5 hours. And I get work today. I work today, I get work tomorrow. What's going to happen to her now? You Americans want to know as on a sentence they be hash pass anything. What's going to be the fate of Charles? What's going to happen to the mom, the dad? My God. It is sad though. May God help us, parents. All parents that are watching, that are listening, that will be watching this later. Please give this video a thumbs up. I pray for you. We will never have any cause to mourn over our children. God will not disgrace us. The enemy will not catch us. The enemy that has been chasing your destiny, that has been chasing you, that you escape, will not catch you with your children. The Lord will watch over them. It will give them the sense, the mind, the spirit to make the right choices. Our children will not make choices that will bring our family's name to disrepute, that will bring us shame and disgrace. By the grace of God, we've come to this part of the world for a better life, to give these same children, to give them a better future. May God help us. The Lord will protect our children, will protect our families. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. If you enjoyed our conversation tonight, please share this video, subscribe, and please give this video a thumbs up. May God help us all. It is well. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I'm sending my love again to Charles's mom and dad. I pray that the Lord will uphold them. I know this is not what they prayed for when they were coming to the abroad. It is not what you wish, even for your worst enemy. Whatever happened along the way, I pray that God will comfort these parents. The Lord will uphold them. He will give them joy. He will help them through this journey. It's not going to be easy. And once again, please, all of you that are in that community, I know America, Obodoyibo life is busy. Please don't abandon them. You know what the Bible says about, caring for people when they really need it. This is it. Please reach out to them, uphold them, pray for them, visit them, talk to them. It is well. God bless you all. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Thank you everybody for tonight. Uzo, thank you, sweetheart. I hope you are not emotional again. I hope you are okay now. Don't worry, I'm not upset, okay? I love you very much. I know you're a passionate person, so I'm not taking it personal. Nothing spoiled. We are together, okay? Gigi, somebody has your name here. Oh. Oh my yes, corner. Obidita, the only Aluta continuer in the building. I see you. Thank you, Bio. Thanks, everyone. Adana, I see you. Thank you so much, everyone, for tonight. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Good afternoon. Bye, guys. Bio for president. Yeah, Uzo, you are loved. We love you very much, okay? Thank you. Bye, guys.